control, barring some kind of miracle here from Heretics. Aren't they do it with no lives remaining, 4 versus 10. Problem is you still have one behind your front line in Kleenex. And you're getting cut down on the other side. Even if Super wins this, and he should get flanked here instantly from Kleenex. Him and Beans able to combine to take him down. So good looking control there from Ultra. And yeah, I mean, for Heretics, mostly it's been Hacienda when it was all Vault through kind of your first couple of stages. And you're playing I mean, the reason we think Ultra are going to be a threat to a team like a FaZe or a team like Thieves, they're well-rounded, they're a solid control team. That's going to be a tough one for Heretics.
Yeah, and you know, you're getting a couple of these like struggling maps out of Metals, which he's kind of avoided in respawns. Like he's had one every now and then, but now that's 2, where he's sort of like minus double digits, 10 or 12 in that ballpark. And on the other side, I mean, Kleenex is probably playing his best BO6 since stage 1. I think he had a really good stage 1, especially online. And now these last couple of weeks, he just looks in fine form.
Well, he had, what, 33 map 1, 11 in the search, 28 here. Tobias frying. And yeah, I mean, to your point, yeah, Metals is, I think Chris said it, he is the X Factor guy. He is. I mean, he's been playing better since Super came in, but especially you talk about the couple of matches they've had lately where he's just been unreal. I mean, he's been so good. And it feels like, yeah, when he's that, like, this team is going to be very, very tough to beat.
Yeah, that's always tough when you have a majority of rounds be offense, but they lose that defensive round. Start to hone in a little bit on that, but it's just like so many moments where you're getting these multi-kills, 3 to 4 dead if you're Ultra. They're able to take advantage of it, especially on that attack round. Just could not shut them down if you were Miami.
And that's why it seems like, you know, we've talked a lot about, well, we kind of talked about on Sunday a little bit, like sub-duos, best in the league, worst in the league, kind of that conversation. And some your more typical setup, some not, but like these two just both have the ability to be like a
good morning everyone. How y'all doing today? Today we have returned with a CDL watch party. Been quite a couple weeks since the last time I did a watch party, and might as well try to do one. Might as well try to return with one today, even though it is late. But it's better late than never, and better a little late than never. But it's gonna be interesting what happens today. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, today's matches are gonna be.
At least that's how I see it. Like,
let me check the matches right now. What the matches are gonna be? Yep, Toronto versus Ultra. Toronto.
Roaming and how
still awake, still trying to wake up. Ultra versus Heretics, and then next is going to be Breach versus Cloud9. That's going to be a bit of a banger, and then Gorillas versus Gorilla Mates versus Thieves, which is obviously going to be probably
man, because that's not
going to be one-sided.
Record beads. How the stats look for these guys. Just looking back to the map 1, both putting up some numbers.
So it's going to be a big, yeah. They're gonna be.
I think these are two of the
Gorillas are gonna be
honestly two of the better stories on the year for me. When you think about, they're very different stories, but Rengar's coming in kind of rookie of the year type guy. Like his interview, the passion, that fan base, like it's been awesome. And then Beans, like this was the year, right? You know, we've talked about Beans his time on Breach and stuff. Like how would this guy be when he was on a good team?
Sorry about that, guys.
How would he be? Sometimes we thought he was just sort of a. I don't know. He was like putting in numbers when they were getting smoked.
I was gonna try to get some sleep, but didn't really.
Transitioned to actually like a really solid core team, and if it was a little bit questionable early in the year, now they're starting to hit stride, and dude, he's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, you get a top 3, and now you're building off that, right? And again, you're beating some of the top teams. You're beating Thieves now 2 times in a row. Yeah, it feels like they have their number, but yeah, I think he's just comfortable, and I think. Maybe didn't really know well, I think he knew his spot, but I think this is just a comfortable place for him. Maybe if this was another top team, it wouldn't be, but with sort of insight there, with Kleenex there, I mean, he's having a great time.
And I love it because, like, it's a spot where you could think maybe the pressure would be too much or be a lot of pressure. You're filling in the shoes of Scrap, who is one of those talented players we've ever seen, even in his short career. And Beans has come in, and, dude, he's matching it. Plus, well, you have, like, the rivalry between them and the trash talk, like, I'm a commentator. Love me some storylines. It's been awesome to follow. But those 2 players, terrific in the map 1. See what they'll do here. This is the last 5 maps of the hardpoint show, though, for Ultra.
And this has been the key, is that their hardpoint has gotten better. You know, their control wasn't great this stage, but outside of that loss to Boston, they have beaten LA Thieves twice. They beat Atlanta FaZe. Now they beat Miami in 10 points, but it feels like this game mode, if they can hone this in a little bit more, they are going to be tough to beat.
Can I get a high five, dude?
Yeah.
That's why I know my brain's awake now.
Okay.
It was not the first 2 apps.
That's all right.
I couldn't tell you what planet I was on for some reason, Joe, but I'm here. I'm alive.
It's great to have you.
Yeah, no, I think I messed up like 20 things with my speech. I swear. I'm good now. Good now. Just old. Ryan's got to wake up, dude. Rancor, though, he's right into it. And so is Heretics. They find everything early in the kills column and
protocol
right
versus
the early P1
protocol.
It allows Real to get pushed up, but pushed
I
up
think this might go, and it could go either way. It could go in Toronto's hands as they are.
For Heretics, you got to win this.
Lately, Toronto has been kind of, you know, just kind of. Well, both of these teams like have been kind of showing up. Like they've been like from what I saw in the matches, they've been both of them showing up. But and it's unfortunate that my hometown team did beat Toronto. I mean, they did it in land, and now did it in online again. I'm a little worried for my hometown team. But I think they'll be able to bounce back. They just gotta figure out. They just need to. They just need to completely figure out what the hell they've been doing. Because I saw the match with Toronto versus Thieves, and they lost both hard. They lost both hard points, which is something you don't want from a #1 hardpoint team. And it's a little worrying, but I really hope that these do figure out their hardpoint issues, because right now it's not looking
he's
good.
already out to 7, and now all the hardpoint control in the world for Heretics with still 30 seconds to earn, and outside the CleanX nade. That feed is all Heretics wiping Ultra clean off the board.
Yeah, at the right time. Exactly, yeah. 25 seconds, they get forward now to set themselves up to combine this with the P3. Ultra, what do they want to do here? Looks like they're going to try to fight through the time. There's just too many bodies, or is there? Inside CleanX will find 2. Rest of the scrap going to go their way. And, well, this could get a little dicey for Heretics. You see, Real and Super are going to spawn out, so it's not as clean as you would like. In terms of after that 4 dead, and yeah, you see Jodeci spawns up, but he doesn't win the gunfight because Rancor is there.
He should have won that. I don't know how he didn't win that.
Dude, he is absolutely frying. 4 straight and 5 straight earlier, finding his kill in volleys. And now we'll get the objective work done as well. I mean, listen, you can rotate all you want. You can make the right play all you want. Right now, Ultras need to start winning some gunfights. I mean, they're getting cooked. They're getting absolutely cooked. I mean, you're 2 and Beans is 2 and 9, 3 and 7 for Insight.
How many full Heretics feeds have we had already?
I said my Black Ops even been.
It looks so good with the orange and
nice,
white too.
Nice.
It's like
yeah, I just started playing. I just started playing some. I decided to kind of play some last night just because I just want to kind of, you know,
has a chance to
back and
well, it kind of feels like, I mean,
see how well
early in the vault, right? Like they had their chances to really
back
put them away.
and
I mean,
you know,
they ultimately won the map, but there were opportunities to really go up massive. Heretics, same chance here. Wait, a money hill of all money hills up, and you're okay. So what? You're up 50 with 50 to go on this? Yeah, I mean, they should be up 100 after this. And is the comeback doable? Sure. But it is not going to be easy. They're going to lose 1 player, maybe an opening through the front door. That's the PC car taking out 1. The break seems to be in, even if they get busted out of this. Still, you've disrupted a good amount of this time now. I think you needed that if you were Ultra.
No, I mean, huge win there. Great break, and yeah, you get a little help there from the explosive. That finds you a kill. But yeah, you just get picked apart. Great damage from inside. He was able to find that first pick, kind of backs up Rancor. Rancor does have a Hellstorm, though, so they might play a little greedy towards the rest of this scrap time, but you did have medals already set up at P1, and now you're starting to get going if you are Ultra. Only down 30.
Look at Rancor versus the rest of the lobby, bro. 17 and 6, dude. Just frying. I mean, Beans has 6, and that's like his counterpart. That was our map 4 matchup that we showed before this, and it's not really a matchup at the moment. Well, the scoreline it is, but not that particular scenario. But you gotta see, does Beans get hot? Does Rancor slow down? Metals with a teardrop, and now continue to fight on the point. Unfortunately, can't get it done with the gunny. Rancor is gonna drop as well. And despite the early slang struggles, despite the early hole you're in, you're the P1 time here from a tie game or lead change.
Well, I was just saying that Hellstorm, but you're going to call this in now with 20 seconds. I think you take that all day if you're Ultra.
Yeah, that's kind of a mistake. You're doing that. You're using that within 20 seconds on the point. You do that, and look, you don't even get anything. Like you just let them like you get them all the time for sure, but like you're not. But that wasn't even a long time. That wasn't even a lot of white time.
And they're right back in the game.
Sometimes it's like the streak's great, but finding the opportune moment to use it is the hard part. Yeah. So what? 10 points now between them after the hot start from Heretics. 10-point banger in the map one, maybe. Gonna be a wild one here. It was a terrific break from Heretics last time that set up a ton of time for them here. Remember, late in the hard point, they got the 4-man down and got the flip. That's sort of where the run started for Heretics, despite being perfect in the P1. that's where the run started for me, was that kind of that P2 breaking forward.
Ooh, unfortunate.
But still battling through the front. Ultra are doing it. They're getting the time. They're getting the spawns. Not allowing Heretics to dictate this thing for now.
Yeah, now a chance for kind of Ultra. Where is your opening here?
I was playing some matches. Unfortunately, like the first servers did feel better. I'll say it did feel a little better. Still dog shit, but it's better than the time that I played. That I was streaming, so that's at least better.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, Beans turn around a bit, right? Like starts double negative, really slow one. He has started to battling back towards even, making some big plays on the rotation. Now sub in hand, doing it through the point.
Metals is through.
He's gonna have something to work with. And Beans, he's awake now. 15 and 16, 4 straight. Player got through for Heretics, as you mentioned, but hasn't led to anything yet. They're able to deal with Super, not allow him to be elusive. He's still got Benjamin Beans. Inside on 4 straight. Beautiful there from Beans. Get it up to 5. What a turnaround this has been for him.
Yeah, now when you rotate to P4.
What a turnaround this has been for him. Unreal.
Well, now he's got the Hellstorm, so they can play extra greedy on this P4. But yeah, they just have done a much better job in Heretics in sort of their areas where they've had the advantage. It's turned in a lot more time. Heretics, though, know how important this P4 is. Going to try to lock this down. This gets them right back in the game.
I think Beans was like 6 and 12, and they were down 60. He goes like 12 and 4 after that. Look at the scoreline now. Starts to go nuts. Gets them a big advantage, and I mean, the good thing about that run you got, if you lose this, it's not the end of the world. Yep. I mean, you were down big, now you've got this lead, this cushion, you basically beat a tie game. A break here would be incredible, obviously, but you did so good from 2 to 3. Not the end of the world if you give up this time. And it
Inside gets 2, though. That's going to be 3 dead. Inside somehow gets a double. This should lead to a break. And now, well, half the time. And again, you can hold all 25 seconds due to that Hellstorm.
Ooh, no, they're going to beat that.
He's in the corner? Okay. I thought he might have gotten both, but had it worked out. They funnel into Insight for a moment. Yeah, you still have the streak. And what they break in with about 25 seconds left, you get 25. That's big time considering
I've been seeing Beans like been more a lot on the SMG the time I've been watching the matches.
Will it work out for Ultra?
But like he is a good AR player, but he can do good with a SMG. It just really depends on the situation.
Wait for everybody to come off spawn and now call it in. And maybe Joe Deceives, the one play, his 2 kills, going to allow him to remain over towards the P2. Maybe he's going to find an opening. The streak will get 1. That's an opening onto the hard point. In go Ultra. They get more out of the streak, and they're looking to close out the map. Can't quite.
See, this is when that was when it would have been the perfect time to use the Hellstorm. The red court just used it way too late. Right?
Your stars are waking up. It's being
like you use it. Like you used the Hellstorm, but
the last guy up when they went 3 dead.
Just didn't do it on the right time.
Turns that into 5 in a row. You still have to close it out in this Heretics team. Lord knows they can hit another gear. They'll get the rest of this time. They've already got the rotation over towards the P2, but Beans is going to get a pick over there. They get the early setup of the P2. You think they can close this out? They've got exactly that. Beans up to 24 and 21. What a map turnaround for him and, well, several players.
Yeah, now look at Rencore, 26 and 21. He is caught up.
I mean, it's literally, I was like, that's what needs to happen, and that's exactly what has happened. Rancor slows down, Beans heats up, 7 points needed for Ultra. A break there for Heretics, enough to keep them alive, at least a little bit deeper into this hard point, but we'll often say they're
Heretics still have a lot of time.
Situations they're going to need it.
Yeah, I mean, You can get it done, but you just don't have map control. You would have to trap them in. They're gonna have to fight from the hill. Not gonna happen. Kleenex is there to find the double. Metal is just trying to sprint across the map. Gets there for a second. Numbers too strong. Even if they lose the rest of this, they have spawns for P3.
Yeah, we might get to the P3. We'll see. They're still sending bodies at this. But the fact they only need 3 points, yeah, someone's gonna have to slip through, or Heretics have to get some kind of insane spawn to help them out. P4, P3 about to pop. They're in it. And they'll win it.
Ooh.
Ultra. Oh!
Yeah,
there we go. Called a second early, but Ultra will get it done. Take it 3-1, win both hard points. And with their hard point, now you think about, like, I mean, they took 2 off of Thieves, too. We go back to last Sunday. Their hard point looking fierce. And, well, again, like, their search is good enough. Their search, when it's good, is one of the top searches in the game. They're solid enough at control. Yeah, when Ultra look good, they're so good. And it's been more good than bad lately, where it used to be a little kind of 50-50.
I mean, they're ramping up.
They are. They're ramping up.
They're ramping up. Maybe they're like, you know, we were worried about maybe their S&D map pool with losing Skyline and Vault. That doesn't seem to be a concern at all. And yeah, their hard point has just been magnificent. Yep. And they know exactly where to take advantage of their.
Smells is good, but like
on this map, that's where the
when
big
you put the fingers like this, it's a problem.
The P2 to P3,
it's a little concerning for me.
They grow that lead.
They shouldn't be.
When they're in that spot, they split half that
he shouldn't be bring up
have
fingers like that. But
going into the second set.
What can you do?
On the other side, I mean, you see it. Once you get map control, that purple flow just goes flying high.
Yeah. No, so good. So good when they take advantage.
I mean, you get 18 points across 4 hills.
Yeah. No, just locked them up and flipped the game so quickly. I mean, it just seems like we went from talking about, yeah, I mean, maybe 100-point advantage for Heretics to a very, very different conversation. Unreal. Unreal there from Ultra. They'll take a 3-1. Now what? Both teams are at 3-1. No longer undefeated if you're Heretics. I guess Ultra are kind of 3-1 with a asterisk, whatever you want to say right now, based on who knows. Maybe they would have won that series. I don't know. But they're looking good, and we'll see. I mean, they look like the best team right now.
One of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with how they've been performing as of late. Big win there over Heretics. Des, talk to us about it.
They've beaten Atlanta in a Game 5. They've beaten LA Thieves. Now they beat Miami Heretics. And Toronto Ultra, just like that, has climbed, I believe, to the #1 spot in our Major 3 standings. And I was looking at the overall, Allie, this is their 20th match win on the season. Things are kind of high in Toronto right now.
Yeah, things are great in Toronto right now, especially that map #3, them to break that loss streak. I mean, those 4 controls in a row that they just could not get past, and 3 of them were Vault. So finally some confidence in that game mode and on that map specifically. But also it's just another Joey Deceives masterclass. I mean, this guy is unreal.
Yeah, I like the decision to play ball control. You know, you look at Miami, they just haven't played it in a long time. Teams typically veto it against them. You take it to them, beat them there, steal on offense. They look wonderful, and then we get to this this protocol where it's like Miami, they're feeling comfortable, right? Like Miami got rid of Skyline. They could have played Toronto on that map, a map also that Miami were 8-4 on. So clearly in practice, protocol must have been going well for them. Well, in the beginning, it looked like it. Red Core starting off hot, but it's the P2 to P3 where Beans pulls out a sub on the second rotation and just starts frying. I mean, he goes like a 6 streak in the hill. They get a ton of time, and then they're able to break down low computers as well on the back of Insight. So just some big-time plays on the side of Toronto Ultra. And yeah, man, the hard point, this split, taking some long strides forward. They're championship ready.
Am I wrong? Could Beans play SMG for a different team eventually?
Yo,
the man transition?
Able to.
Low-key, he's got a nice shot with the sub, and he plays aggro. He pulled out in the S&D making plays. Like,
let's ask a guy who's been playing this role for a few years now. He goes by the name of Tobias. He joins us live. Welcome back to the Winner's Circle Kleenex. And question number 1, how long until Beans transforms into a star SMG player?
Well, it better not be against me, but I don't think he'll ever do that. I think he's great on the flex so far, so we'll keep him on that. How about that?
Yeah, you guys are looking very clean today. Congrats on the win. What are you most proud of in the dub?
Probably our hard points. Our hard points last stage to this stage has definitely been 10 times better, I think. We couldn't buy one last stage, so it's good to see we made some improvement.
Absolutely, and I kind of want to pick your brain a little bit because you're one of the only teams able to beat Atlanta, LA Thieves, Surge, and so my biggest question now is like, why do you fall short against teams that should technically be below you? Is it kind of like a matchup thing? Are you guys just making a couple of mistakes in these matches? Because on paper, you should be beating basically everybody.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when we lose to certain teams, it's just small things we do wrong, and I think sometimes we just get a little bit ahead of ourselves. Like, sure, we might beat LA Thieves, but then we lose to Seattle. Obviously not a good loss, but yeah, I think sometimes we just get caught off guard, make a few mistakes, and just shit happens.
Yeah.
Toby, you're frying, especially that map 1. Congrats on the win. You guys look championship ready. I want to ask you about control. Vault was getting away from you guys a little bit. You guys had lost 3 Vault controls in a row, and you decided to play Miami on in this series, a map that they've typically been good at. What have you been working on in control specifically, and then also on Vault?
Control specifically, I think we tried to slow it down a bit more. Also, the meta changed a little bit where people use free subs a little bit more. I think Jamie's been great at pulling it out. I think that helps us quite a bit. The guy's the most credited player I've ever seen with a sub, so that works out well for us. So loves a little corner with the sub. So yeah, probably that.
Love it, man. It looks good. You guys are ready.
You ready for Miami, dude?
Yeah.
AKA Boca Raton next weekend?
Yeah, of course. It's going to be a little bit warmer than here for sure.
Little bit is great.
I hope.
Pack your shorts and your high socks.
Yeah,
I know
will.
your style, Toby. We'll see you down south.
You do? See you guys.
Cheers. Much love to Kleenex. The guys
I mean,
always
next
fun to
week,
hang out with.
that's
We have more people to hang out with,
I
but
mean,
in a
next
moment,
week,
we have to honor our Scuff player of the game. Do you have an idea who this might be?
It was
Ooh, I
like I didn't think like I noticed chat like a couple weeks of the matches. I didn't realize that there was only gonna be 5 matches per team. I'm like, really? I'm like, really? They went back to that route, but I guess it kind of makes sense because they are playing against they are gonna what you call it? The matches are gonna like the World Cup is like kind of the World Cup is kind of near like kind of neck and neck with in the same timeline with
The voices in your head?
same timeline with shit. Same timeline with the world champs, so it's definitely going to be interesting. But so it's definitely going to be
with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
That they will from 7 matches per team to now 5.
Hit the map in
to now 5 matches. 5 matches for the next majors, so it's going to be interesting.
The Esports World Cup
you saw the matches last week.
Of the Call of Duty
yeah, I did see some of the matches last week, and it's definitely interesting, I was saying. I think how this map in particular, like I said, it kind of, the Barrage map kind of looks like, kind of have a resemblance with that one map in Cold War, and it was actually a competitive map in Cold War. But oh yeah, Chad, we've also, when I was playing last time with some of my friends, unfortunately we did run into cheaters, and honestly don't think it's been in the worst state right now, because like
It's more than a game. It's for all who dare to compete. It's more than a team. It's our team. It's more than a feeling. It's unwavering passion. It's more than just talent. It's the grind that got me here. It's more than a moment. It's our legacy. One city, one stage, one champion. The battle starts now.
Unforgettable. That's
what is this?
unforgettable. Oh, near or far.
Oh, Verdance.
That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable
There's Domino.
thinks that I am
Yeah, I forgot this was like it's clear, Chad. It's clear that that Call of Duty is desperately trying to save their own ass by not save their own ass, but they're trying to save the reputation by bringing back Verdansk, all this other bullshit that we don't need. That like I don't care if you say it's like the maps are a big issue and such, buddy. Yo, what do we know? The biggest issue, it's SBMM, it's EOMM, it's cheater. The main part is cheater issues, and it's the servers that with SBMM causing the server issues. So right now they have to completely, like, I don't care what the fuck they say. Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is right. Shut the fuck up. You know you're trying desperately to bring us. You're trying your best to show us that you're trying to save your own reputation by trying to bring back stuff that we don't care in the first place. Like, yeah, cool. Warzone. Sure. Warzone people got it. Got what they want. Perfect. What about us? What about us multiplayer people like the pros and some others who mainly play multiplayer? What about those people? Because I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass if you think it's a nice kind of interesting that Boston in the new intro music. But then again, I just don't give two fucking rat's ass. I don't give two fucking rat's ass if this is bag. Oh, we bought MW19 weapons bag. I don't give a rat's ass. Make your own fucking game. I mean, hell, we always saw. I ran into like a few. I ran into multiple cheaters last night, and it's not pretty. It is not pretty whatsoever. And I just can't take this game serious. I try to take this game seriously every fucking time, and sometimes I just can't because you got idiots who are so brain dead and such have big egos, thinking that big fucking egos, thinking that they're better than us legit players. Other than, you know what? Shut your fucking ass up. Or players that are actually dog shit, but I still shit on them, and they still shit talk me. Like, yeah, I should ignore. Obviously, that those are just loud people that I shouldn't give two shits about. But it's like, please, please. I grinded my ass off for so many years, and this is how I get treated by just because people have such big egos. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about, and it's annoying that I have to deal with this. It's annoying, and it's kind of getting into my nerves, but I'm fighting it, and I'm gonna keep fighting until this stuff stops. Until
it's hard.
Call of Duty gets their shit together.
Stayed stagnant when it comes to respawns, and then they've gotten worse at search and destroy, which has killed them in all of these series. Now, they do clutch up in an insane Game 5 reverse sweep of Minnesota Rocker, but that's not one of those things that's going to change my opinion of the downslide that has been literally their past 10 matches.
Yeah, Allie, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, when they were winning and they were on their upswing, they were winning their search and destroys. And, like, to talk about their hardpoint a little bit, 2-8 in their last 10, right? The 2 wins that they had, a 250, 246 256 win, where Sib had 45 kills just takeover mode, and then a 250-248 win over Toronto, where it was like that 4-piece attach that everybody remembers, right? So their miracle wins are their hardpoint wins in their last 10. They have to figure out that game mode. They have not been on the same page. And when you look at the team, they have slayers. They have players who can take over moments. So just figuring out the fundamentals.
Show me a dealership. Let's get chaotic with a game number 2, search and destroy. What will it be? Nope, a triple dose of Hacienda.
Ooh, Skyline Hasi.
Search and destroy if we get there. And talk to me about
this might be more leaning towards Boston.
Yeah.
That's like there's no doubt that there's no doubt
the rest of the series here as well.
that Boston are going to probably take this easily.
But then after that, if you're
even though I did hear Cloud9 did reverse sweep
and Hardpoint, 2 of their better maps now.
And I don't know if you've
I believe Carolina.
but I've caught on to this thing. It's called the vibe check. Boston just passed it. Cloud9 did not. Puckett's pickup is going with Boston.
I'm going Boston Breach. I was gassing up Snoopy earlier, and I feel like I have to stand on that.
Yeah, Cloud9.
We're going to unanimous Boston.
Cloud9.
Let's go.
That is terrifying. What are the fans going with?
Cloud9 did reverse sweep.
Omega Wake.
Cloud9 did reverse sweep at Minnesota, but there's no way they're gonna. There's no way that New York is gonna.
No, I don't think that's a real thing, and I don't think Purge has that kind of nickname.
Pulverizing Purge.
Oh wait. Oh.
Purge advisor.
He's got something going on.
Pulverizing Purge.
That's just Purge. Purge. We'll see how the Boston Mandem can do today, blood. This is going to be a good series, Jay. I mean, again, a lot of like winners bracket. Stakes are on the line here. Of course, a very important 10 CDO points on the race to that 130 bubble mark. But how you doing, mate? You well?
I'm doing good. I had a quick day yesterday casting the Challengers Finals. It was like a breeze for the ending of the Elites. It was at 4-0 on the side of EU, a 4 on the side of NA. So I'm full of energy going into this matchup, man, because this is a very important matchup for both teams. If you are C9, you should have got 105. You need to get the 130 to get yourself back into the mix. If you're Boston, you're at 130
super
in
bad.
that mix already. You can
No. It's not super bad. This would have been those few counts would have been fine back in the day, but nowadays with other esports having hundreds of thousands, like hundreds of thousands more on watch on view counts, it's definitely concerning. Because right now, Call of Duty, they say they're the best when they say that they're the best game out there when they literally there are other games other games out there that are number one are the top.
The Mandem have got the top.
No, the top games other than Call of Duty, and that's very concerning for me. Now, do I want and like I talked to my friend. I talked to one of my best online friends, one of my best friends online, and
so you're able to instantly flip
he definitely was like I think like obviously Call of Duty is killing themselves, but I think he agrees that it should kind of just kill itself, because you know what, after all these years and nothing has been done, the company should
Boston have been able to show a lot of improvements on Skyline.
Like Call of Duty should cease to exist at this point, because they're not doing a good job. I mean, clearly they're not doing a good job. I mean, they're not doing anything they're not even doing anything for the customer base, which is us multiplayer people who pay $70 to fucking have a great experience. And this is the experience you give us. You might as well, this is the experience you give us. Like, come on. You might as well make this game free to play. You might as well make multiplayer free to play. I don't care what you say. I don't care what people say. Campaign has been kind of a like this year's like the BO6 campaign. It was actually kind of fun. It was like, not gonna lie, it kind of actually did excite me. Like, there are some people who don't play. Like the only time I will play, like I will kind of agree with like the thing is, not a lot of people play campaign nowadays. I still play campaign because it's what I do and what I love to do. I want to get the whole experience. But then you got like Modern Warfare 3 with a dog shit campaign they rushed it, and you know that's look where Modern Warfare 3 got them. Yeah, a game that had a really bad taste, had a really bad taste in the mouth, in people's mouths on when it came to when it came to Modern Warfare 3.
Thankfully, you got Mac there in the right spot. Opens up a
I
double.
mean,
He's holding on to time here.
Cloud9 is definitely trying their best, but then again, I just feel, but then like the conclusion, the whole.
He gets himself one, brought down again. But
the
hey, look,
end of the day, like Call of Duty should just need to die, because like right now, with what's been going on recently, they're just not only incompetent. They're not only incompetent. They just don't give a shit about us anymore. I mean that's most companies nowadays. But it's like it's clear as day and age.
A lot of time here at the Money Hill.
It's a clear something. I don't know what the term is called. They're shown their true light, where they just don't give two shits about it. They don't give two shits. They just want to fix their game, and that's it. They don't give two shit about us. They just want to make new shit while not even fixing the most simplistic things that can help Call of Duty. Unless if people
look at the scoreline though, folks.
Because the whole cheating issue, like the whole suing the cheat provider, the cheating websites, and like the sites that provide the cheats and such, it didn't do shit. It didn't do shit because they're still out there. They're still out there, and it's just like, bro. And now you got console cheat. Now it seems like there's console cheaters. Imagine that, console cheaters out there now. There's now console cheats are kind of like PC cheats, but on console instead. That's how crazy this world. That's how crazy the cheating has become. That's how worse the cheating has become now. Now that you have got console cheaters out there, now you have no idea what's going on. Now you have no idea who's legit or not. Because, I mean, you got people like me who try to say I'm legit, but then I'm gonna say I'm cheating, but it's like, bro, I don't care.
Come on, Snoop, there it is. Another to his name. C9 with a late break, and C9 down.
Like, come on, bro. Like, this is.
Yeah, they're gonna be late again over to
like
P2.
these type of people, like
a lot quicker and Purge creating an extra layer. Already sets
Cloud9 has not been very great.
45 seconds last go around went in favor of the breach. If you give up all that time again, you're most likely gonna lose this match, so you need a break.
Yeah, we gotta get a break soon, folks. Boston set up the line. Awakening is the
that's
wall.
4 down. That's not good for Cloud9. But then again, like again, chat.
A lot of intel gained. No kills, just space.
There's nothing like there's no way we can save Call of Duty. We just gotta either just kind of just play another game, get better at it, and potentially just be a pro at that, or just just do something better in our lives. Like just play sports and such. But then again, we want to play. We're esports. We're pro players. We're competitive players. We want something. We want to be good at the game and have it go. But I think right now with how Call of Duty has been going recently, it's been a pain in the ass for me and my friends, because like they love Call of Duty, but it's just like they're just disappointed on how Call of Duty has become, what Call of Duty has become. Like, bro, you're catering it to kids instead of people who actually play and grind your fucking game. Like, you're catering it to people who are under 17. They can't even play the fucking game. They can't even play the fucking game around the age, and now we're turning it into a kids game. Like what the fuck are these like the skins that they've been releasing lately? I just think it's meant for kids. Like, I don't give a rat's ass. Like, I don't give a rat's ass about the game. Fix your fucking game. I don't care about a skin that looks ooh and such. You're not gonna convince me that, oh, this is better. No, your game is dog shit. You guys haven't done, like, Activision, you have done nothing to help us. You have done nothing to make the game better. And this is an experience that you're giving us?
Very
Like,
calm, very clean. Okay, we got a break. Not a bit more time to talk. What do you think of the listening?
Oh, it was perfect, man, because you could just tell
like,
how
this
easy
is
the listening
ridiculous.
was
I'm just
not doing
I just can't with these brain dead people behind Call of Duty. Like, they're just doing nothing to help. They're just doing nothing to do nothing at all to make the game experience better. They just,
C9
it's
with
just
a time here on P4. A decent break towards the middle of that one. Now we're looking back over towards P1. Third and final set, folks. Boston Bruce close to the finish line. Not quite there yet, though. Can C9 get themselves back into this? Got to get towards time. The P1s have not been kind to them. And once again, another rotation. Another clean 3, nearly 4. Down again for C9.
Yeah, what else can Matt get done on this side? Steven's all the way across the map. He's still trying to finesse. They know that he is nearby. But with that double, at least allows his teammates to get on towards the hard point. I just don't know if you're going to be able to read this route out of Snoop, because here comes the pin from top plat. He finds the first, draws the attention, and now his teammates can still contest through the middle of the map.
For that contest, Boston, you're in. Purge doing it alone, 32 and 19. Can't get another one out of there, so open time for now. 30 seconds to go, and side of the map, all good for C9. You are finally set up, lads, to stay alive here, and now can they push this forward? A potential break down the bottom side of the map. Jay from Boston looking for time, looking for spawns as well. The battle continues.
Yeah, the battle definitely continues, but you can already see on your mini-map, Cloud9 have a couple players who are spawning across the map.
Yeah, just, sorry if I was ranting a lot, but like, I just, it had to be said. What I said had to be said, because like right now, no people is like, no people is seeing. Obviously, not a lot of people are. Clearly, the game is still alive because no one is looking at this and going that, oh, this is definitely concerning. No, there are people who just don't give a fuck. If you want to save your game, you should give a fuck about these issues.
Easy work there.
Like, and that's the big problem. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, the people who don't give a fuck, they just have nothing to do better. They don't have any other games to play other than just Call of Duty. Why? That for me, at least I'm playing. At least for me, I'm playing games that are different for different collabs. Like just pretty much just playing a variety of other games now that I could get content out of, but also just have fun.
That's an MVP performance right there.
But then again, it's like,
unreal. 19.
What can you do?
As well. Hey,
but then again, it's like, how long would I do that? How long would I be able to do that? And like, whether
hit us up on that. Let us know what you think we should be calling Purge as a community. Let's come together and create a great name for that superb start. All right, mate. Well, Jay, C9 got involved a little bit too late. We saw some signs of life. I think one of the biggest things I noticed was at the start of every rotation, they're going 3 down. I mean, they're getting picked apart by Boston every step of the way. What was going wrong in your eyes for the squad?
It's just they weren't finding the proper angles. All Boston just had players in the proper spots, clutching up with the double kill in every one of those situations. That just instantly shuts down their first push. Like, every time they were trying to break through P2, you send a couple players through kitchen, but everyone else is trying to pressure through top hallway. You lose 2 gunfights to 1 player. You're simply going to get outnumbered and never have an opportunity at a clean break. And that's just what Boston were able to do. Once they realize, okay,
I think at some point Call of Duty just needs to die. They've been going on for way too long. They had good moments, and then they completely fumble on the most simplistic. They fumble on the most simplistic things that a game, a quality of life game should have, and they just fail. They fail. It's like grade F, grade F, grade F. It's all F's down the list. And they gotta fix. They gotta do something or change leadership. I don't care.
Say goodbye to
I don't care.
Hello to a 3-peat of Hacienda. Jay, You told me before
Oh, this person is this. I don't give a fuck who they are. Just give me something. Just give me a game that actually is playable. Nothing else. I don't care whether this person did this, did that. I don't care. Just bring in competent people. Just bring in people who have experience, who are competent, and who can do that role. If they can't do that role, get them out. I don't care. Get them out. I don't care. Because they're absolute. Because right now, what they're doing right now is just their roles are absolute dog shit. They're just not even doing the right shit right now to help make Call of Duty better.
We've got a nice,
it's
bit of a
scary for me, but it's the whole Cold Hard too. They're doing nothing right now to help the game make the game better. Like,
and the 1v2 plus, so that can be anywhere up to 3. I don't think we've seen a full 1v4 from Cammy just yet, but he's got 9 clutches on the year, tied there with Beans and Dashi. But again, it's the 1v1s, the man of the year so far, Jay.
Yeah, he's always usually the last man standing because you got players like Snoopy, you got players like Purge who are always trying to get into that early action. So Cammy being the safety net, when he has those opportunities, he has made the most of them. Going into Hacienda, I love the way that Boston like to play it. They love to take space early away. They love to dominate towards the top hallways, but the same thing could be said for Cloud9. It's just the way that they like to play is usually like the Kremp show. Like, Kremp takes some space here. All right, what do you see? Then we'll work off of that. It's just if he gets caught, then their S&T starts to spiral a little bit.
Okay, well, Kremp, we gave him a very, very strong title of one of the best search and destroy players, or at least looking like one of the best search and destroy players in the world.
He
still is. You're right. I'm trying to be the negative naysayer here because chances away getting another BBL done. And no, I'm joking, folks. He's not. Well, actually, maybe he is. You'll have to see when he gets out of the operating theater. But now, S&D Hacienda. I can't stop. Snoop's got the bomb. Let's go.
You're always on full throttle, Ross, and I absolutely love it. So, continue into this map number 2 at Boston on the attack. Aggression through top secret. First blood in favor of Cammy. Double child by the SMGs. Instant 4v2.
Wow. Okay, well,
down to
that was
one
quick.
man attach. The first of many potential clutches he will have to try to get, and he's got a good spot here, but bad timing. Over the top, Awakening riddles in with that PDW. And the vibe check for Boston right now is superb, man. They're having a great time.
Oh, yeah. You can see Purge smiling from cheek to cheek. He's like, I don't know why that round was so easy, but if Cammy's finding that first blood through the hallways, and then we're sending the pressure through the top side of Secret, all the kills initially go their way and instantly make it into a 4v1. Just a super confident round to start off the game, a tone-setting round to start off the game. And if you're Cloud9, you got to be able to match that energy. You have to do it in this next round.
Speaking of cheek to cheek,
hey, Kitsune QT, how you doing? Welcome.
And so
you missed my rants.
It's great to see
you missed my rants.
Top, but down at the bottom,
you missed my rant like a couple minutes ago, where I was talking about the Call of Duty and like where you and I talked about this last night.
But not a lot of intel gain. So we go to B.
Like how Call of Duty it just needs to die at some point.
But then we get eaten over here.
It just needs to die.
Man up for Boston.
Yeah, I love no wasted time there to C9. They get no info through the
this
hallways.
Is this is definitely better play for Cloud9 right now.
Basically put it down at the better side to hold
no
down
one died yet.
4v4 retake on the horizon. Purge is working on the bench.
Great damage in a second, but that is a win you are going to remember. Awakening now. It's a technical 1v3, and he's moving, and he's shooting, and the last man on the hunt attached to the 1v1.
Come on, attach.
20 seconds. Can he try to spot him? The timing might work on Wake's favor.
No way! Demon Joe! A 5 spree and the defuse. Boston breach.
Awakening is shaking his head and he's like, what the fuck are they doing?
And you could just tell Awakening shaking his head like, I don't know what they're doing. They're just giving me one-on-one gunfight.
I looked at them like, what are they doing?
I thought that round was going to be doomed once Purge lost that one-on-one to sit through top hallway. But then Giga Wake comes alive. Gets that player on the tray because he's weak. The snap onto the second guy. But then the repositioning too strong. Like, Kremp has to win that one-on-one if you're going to chow that. Because your teammates are simply not in the play. But Awakening just gets lost and catches attached with his pants down. 5-0 start. Boston 2-0.
Like Cloud9, like attached could have done the most simplistic things, and then they fuck it up real bad.
Boston send it. Whoa, but they send it into trouble. Wrong part of town, boys. And now Awakening 1v4, 1v3. Ain't no way Demon Joe can do this again. Back-to-back rounds, Jay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I think if you're sitting at 6-0, you know that you're pretty close to a Hellstorm, so you might just want to play for kills and potentially play to see if Cloud9 can give you a freebie before you fully commit on this clutch. But a technical 1v4, bomb's going to be down on their side of hallway, and you know most likely they're in a position to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way. Yeah, there we go. Riddled up.
Well,
ID's the bomb. I think you're right.
Better round.
Should have played for the kills. They're not too far away from the Hellstorm at the very least. And yeah, no, it was a worthy attempt. Maybe he thought that they might be roaming, looking for him as opposed to covering the bomb. But he gets slightly wrong, and he pays the iron price. C9 on the board.
Yeah, and that was one of those heat check rounds for Boston because they just did the same approach on their earlier offense. And they said, all right, they gave us this space again. Let's just push through their spawn again. But that time, everyone camping through top office. More players from C9 on that side. You're able to win every single gunfight without anyone falling. So, stabilize on the map. Secure your first round. Back to the attacking side you go with Kremp and his SMG duo. They're going to work this top secret again.
Dude, the secret is, there's nothing secret about it. They hit this so hard usually. A-bomb site covered in Boston players, and they're looking to push past this one through well. That's where Attach is. And he spots out Snoopy at the very least. There we go. On the cross as well. Doesn't see Purge here, so that's an unknown quantity. That's comms now. 2 players over here. I got tags in, move over to B, and that's exactly where C9 are.
Yeah, they're just going to cut right through the map, and the bomb is going to get planted. And now every single player's on this side, so you're going to get overwhelmed if you're C9.
Here they come, right over the top. Oh,
yeah,
my word. You put down the 2 players on the bomb site with relative ease. Now the immediate defuse. Oh, Kremp and Attach.
What were you looking? What is he looking at?
Get going, boys. Trying to get him off the bomb. They don't get it done. The defuse complete, and the round is won.
Like, what the hell was number 1 doing? What was
that is beautiful,
doing?
Ross. We're talking about initially
like,
shutting down.
What are you looking at, buddy?
As long as they don't plan A, we stand a pretty good chance. But the fact that they shut down that play, you realize, okay, C9 again take top secret. They're most likely going to start thinking about that rotation. Just throwing all the shoulders on the backside of well, keeping Attach in that position. You know that there's no way in hell you're going to read that we already ran back to our teammates. So they're completely
like, I did see the matches against
so once those kills go down and you win the trade fights, you instantly take the defuse because no one's even close. Perfect game plan there for Boston.
Like, they're playing like dog shit. They're playing dog shit right now. Even with like with Hook and Skies in the lineup,
going so far.
They're just playing. They're still playing like absolute dog shit. Like, they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing.
I mean,
that is concerning for me.
Whether it's going to cost or be of any use, but I'm down to find out. I'm down to clown, and Snoopy potentially on the plant. Wow, the timing is insane. He's been spotted.
Definitely been spotted, but Matt cannot do anything about it. Able to put down shots, but Snoopy gains the info and is able to get out. But this play is all on Purge on the pinch.
Oh, and Purge nearly pulls it all off. But again, good damage in. Awakening finds one player there as Mag when the nade. Cammy, do you check this corner? I don't think you do. Oh, you check it the long way around, mate. Oh my God, he's right there, mate. Sib, gifted a good one. Traded out immediately, all down to Krem. And that is a beamer from the bomb site. Boston, 4-1.
And C9 tried to make an adjustment there. It's like 2 rounds in a row where Boston have taking top secret away from us. So this time we're not going to go for the open strat. We'll stack over towards A, shut down their play there, but then the audible on the side of Boston, just commit on the bomb plant, get it down, get some info as well once it gets planted, and then just everyone out of position for Cloud9, not really ready to contest it. And then when Purge finds a kill on the pinch, you're supposed to focus on that side. You're simply going to get outnumbered over on the opposite side of the bomb once that trade comes in. And Boston just playing their numbers perfect in these rounds.
Not an easy thing to do at this level. So yeah, Boston looking pretty clean indeed. And Krem, having cleared out everything now, on the low side of the map, he's going to be sending it forward. He's going to run into a little bit of trouble soon, but if he times this right, it could be fantastic for him. I'll see him play. Here we go. Krem lets him know he's behind, but he does get the kill. Attach, what a win on the site. That's fantastic work now. C9 with the advantage. And the bomb recovered.
And now they're going to be committed again with the numbers advantage over towards this rock setup, but no one is currently watching the pinch. So Cammy and Snoopy can work their way through Lambo, take some space away without being known.
Uh-oh, and that's Jackal range, boys and girls. Nade up over the top for Snoopy. It's now a 2v2. Numbers coming towards the side. It hit the damage, and now Snoop's in. Past the rock threshold. Whoa, it's a 1v1. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. Snoopy v Kremp.
Just got to check it at the right time. Kremp throws his shoulder. 7.5. Don't got to look again.
Ah, that's it. Through the doorway. The prone classic. Snoopy kicking himself for that. Kremp, though, you stay alive. Jay, the approach towards the bomb site from Boston was so impressive.
Yeah, because they caught the timing. They took space that was given to them, and then once they found that first kill, made it 2v2. I thought once Snoopy puts himself in a position over towards Rock, it's all about him trying to finesse. But when Cammy falls, that's what allows Kremp to play that kill or his teammate to try to play for the trade. And then in a one-on-one, it's all about throwing in an extra shoulder. Okay, he's not on bomb. Let me continue to stall out the time and hope to God that he runs right in front of me. And that works out there for Kremp, who was the deciding factor. He starts off the round by sneaking on through, strikes at the first blood, and he's a closer as well.
100% sure how the RCXD died, but on the way towards that B-bomb site up the stairs, maybe. We'll find out in another life. But for this life, it's Snoopy so close to the A-bomb. Use of nades there, both sides, to clear out Secret, clear out Top Dark, and now you've got an opportunity to maybe get this down. Oh, Attach spotted out. Here comes the rest of the calls. Kremp should get it first. There it is. A man advantage right now with C9 and no bomb planted for Boston.
Yeah, now you're relying on Purge, who can get something done on the repinch. He's going to shoot from their side, top open window. Find the first, can't find the second onto Kremp. And now with bomb being down, gunfight's already going down towards our defenses. Cammy's got 25 HP.
It's a 1v2 for Cam, and he's holding it together. Mac down the flank. Snaps were on, but Mac, great play. Pinch on pinch. And C9, more signs of life. The heartbeat monitor is bumping right now in Hacienda.
Yeah, it's starting to come alive here. Kremp, another big first blood. At least takes away the space towards Top Secret. At that point, Boston have shown a lot of different looks. First 2 times through the top hallway, second over towards B, and then that last was over towards A. But when they commit on that bomb plant without having seeking control, your life's going to be very difficult, because the entire time you're probably expecting Purged in a position who's watching a pinch, but he was forced to back down because they were able to spot him and try to make an individual play. So the shots go down from fence, you peek from Top Secret, you find that first blood, and then you just trade it out after that. Cloud9 starting to come alive.
Uh-oh. Whoa, trades, teamwork, love it. Here we go. Oh my word, the stun, the damage. Jay, what an opener this is. Max looking for one more here. He knows there's a player there. The red dots give it all away. An Awakening, wrong gun for the job, brother. It's all in a Cammy. What a round.
And the bomb goes down. So now Cammy, talked about how clutch he is so far on the season. Puts down shots onto Attach, and he's committing a little too hard, but the crossfire good enough for Cloud9. After the early round chaos through Top Secret, they walk away with the trades. And 3 very quick rounds allows Cloud9 to tie this game up.
Cam was snapping here in this 1v1, or 1v2 rather, but he didn't have the intel on Mac. He had the full damage in on the play out by fences, but Mac was the variable that cost him. He started watching his back and everything. A wicked round though out of C9. That is 3. You're not wrong, brother. Super fast rounds to get us here. All tied up at 4-4. Boston have been stunned.
And I don't know what it is with Boston on this map, but last week they were up 5-1 versus LAG. They let LAG win 5 rounds in a row to lose 6-5. You were up 4-1 in this Search and Destroy, and now you're getting up round after round by just playing with the same exact pace. Eventually, let's just slow it down, allow them to run into us, but the aggression has been the key to success. They're doing it again over towards A side, but again, no top seeking control. They're afraid to work that objective.
And they know you might be able to see the dust, you might be able to hear something. You definitely know something's happening now, boys. Snoopy trying to clear it out. The timing on the frag not necessarily good enough. It's going to push those players away, but you still haven't put that bomb down.
It's all about if Attach can spot the cross when Snoopy decides to commit to it. And now with Purge edging up,
yeah, they're gonna go B.
That the play is gonna come over towards this A site, but the bomb is actually gonna rotate over towards top middle. And now if you're Cloud9, you're head on heels. You don't know what's going on. First blood to Awakening.
Yeah, that's a big kill. Max completely caught unaware, screams out for the intel. Purge loses the fight down low, so Secret is still not an option. Oh, Civ finding another 3v2. Not a lot of time to get this done. Are you going to commit to the B-bomb site check, or are you going to plant this for A? Yeah, you can. Here's the check, but it's the wrong bomb site. It looks like we might be going towards B. No, we've got a man over there, so the bomb planted. What a doozy. C9 with numbers here on the retake.
Oh, and Cammy might make a big time play here. Catches the timing for the one-on-one. A big one-on-one gunfight in front of him, but it's 2v2. Stall out time.
Over to the bomb site now, and Snoopy's got to get it done by himself. Cammy on the big wrap. Snoopy's done it. All comes down to Kremp. This is for map point. Catches the kill out. And there's time. But is there time for Cammy? All the time in the world. He's going to check this when he wants to. And that is map point. Boston Breach. What a brilliant round.
So icy, man. That is way too icy there for Boston. When those kills shot their goal down, they strike for the first blood. But then those trades and the angle from Sip to find the player through bottom secret was perfect to give them the numbers advantage. But then when you allow them to plant the bomb, you have to be able to at least gain some info off of it. You spot one player crossing over toward the backside of Shaq, but no info onto Cammy. The long route works out because he wins the one-on-one, gains the info on the second player, and just stalls out the game clock. So they were forcing to look for him, and he just didn't give them anything to work with. Clutch round right there out of Boston to put them at game point.
The Cam man. Let's see if we can get this game rolling. They have got stun connect there on a cramp. He's going to make his way not down low this time, but upstairs. Saw an open door by office there by the plat. That could be an issue, but again, we'll wait. The bomb gets dropped out, so Attach unable to get the plant. This is a big moment now. The 2-2 split here for Boston on both bomb sites and the Rat.
Yeah, I love the aggressive push to B. Like, you know the play's going to be at A, so let's just try to trap them on the opposite side of the map. You have the numbers advantage. Bomb is going to go down, and they are going to be suffocated in this play.
You're not reading this. There's no way, surely. Mac might have eyes on, but he's never going to be able to take both those players.
Ooh, the timing.
That's a problem. Purge on the pinch. It's a classic, and that's it. Jump straight on the bomb for the defuse. Krem might in position, maybe, to get eyes on this, but he's running out of time. Go, go, go. No, it's been defused. C9. Their pockets picked by Boston Breach. A 2-0 lead in the series.
That is massive, man. That is huge from Boston. We know that the Des has been talking about how they need it to improve in their search and destroys, and especially theirs controls. But when you're having such hot starts to these games, eventually those late round adjustments start to come in. They come in a little bit too late sometimes, but eventually when they do, they start to hurt. It all starts with the 2v3 clutch in the round previously, but then in that final round, just Cammy finding the opening kill onto Attach. Just a little bit too aggressive on the outer side of fence, and then you know that Kremp is trying to make an individual play. He has 10 non-traded kills, so all of them are one-on-one gunfights, but he just couldn't find an opening on that pinch, and Boston getting active on the pinch through B just didn't give Cloud9 any opportunities once that objective went down. Boston have improved so much, man. I love this roster. I love the fact that they never made a roster change because their teamwork continues to shine through. And now you're up 2-0 in the series in a very important matchup versus Cloud9. These bubble games don't get more important than this.
This one's about to burst, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into control, and we are up big. If we're Boston friends, how we feeling, Desk? Honestly, gotta be feeling great.
Pummel Purge.
It was Pummel Purge.
Would you call him the Big Pee-Pee?
Sure, we'll go
Pummel Purge, getting it done. Boston up 2-0. Let's take a look at how they get there, Rosalie. Walk me through the big rounds of S&D, because you go up 4-1.
Oh, it was round 9.
But then you make me a little nervous here. I think Boston's coming, I think Cloud9's coming back for
We were sweating for a minute there. I don't know, maybe just the way Cloud9 started taking some rounds kind of caught Boston off guard, because we get into this awkward situation in round number 9, and honestly, it was up to Snoopy and Cammy. They kind of saved Boston in this situation. The way that they played that 2v3, and the fact that Cloud9 made a huge mistake of just leaving Secret completely open and giving the angle basically to Boston for free if they need the Chow Bomb. And then big ups on Cammy. He's also the one that finds the first blood in that following round to avoid around 11. So Boston made some clutch plays from the players, but still some mistakes that need some VOD review.
And I saw a note in the chat. Can we start a petition to make the Boston helmet greener?
Oh,
I support it. Support the move.
I support it. Boy, they have some fresh gear in game, I gotta say. I think they got the best camo, best outfit. But yeah, you know, the search and destroy, Boston, you know, Jay was talking about the comeback that Gentlemates had against them. Not allowing that to happen here in this one. They slowed it down a little bit. Ali, you talked about that round 9. It got real murky. They ended up getting a first blood, and then they lost 2 players, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna commit to A. It was the biggest round of the game for sure. Get it down. Cammy just makes a heads-up play, gets in their base, and finds a kill. So Boston, you know, in the clutch moments, really turning up in that hardpoint, Chris, masterclass.
1550 damage from Kremp for the L. Let's take a look back, though, at game number 1. This is where Purge was like, yo, hey, I'm gonna make you look real smart, buddy.
Yeah, they were unreal. So, I mean, in this map, it was 90-70. It was like it was real close in the very beginning. Cloud9 are able to rally back. But it's really that second rotation where Boston just took flight. I mean, it was P1 into P2, locked it down, and then continuous breaks from there. Boston hardpoint has gotten so much better. It was already solid.
Yeah.
But they keep on improving in that game mode, and now you're seeing the pop-off ability some of the players have, like Purge.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me in this map is for Boston to maybe being able to add Skyline to their hardpoint map pool now, because they have 2 lockups in Vault and Hacienda, but that makes Vito's kind of weird. So if they're able to add Skyline now, then they obviously are going to be able to toe-to-toe a little bit closer to the top side of the league.
They've been playing it a lot.
51-36. That is a thrashing. Boston making a statement in our first game of the series. They're up 2-0. They're on match point. I thought this would go 5. Cloud9, they were in a similar position. We all rooted against them, thought they were out. They rallied back in a reverse sweep.
Yeah, and we need to put perspective on this. Like, Cloud9, this is still a must-win game for them. 1, for winners bracket hopes coming into this next major, and for points. You cannot allow Boston to get these points from this match. If you're Cloud9, they're just coming off a reverse sweep. So we know that they're capable. They have to start here, and it's a tall task on Hasi, a map that Boston has been improving on.
More video games in a moment, but first, it's a game show featuring Chris Puckett, your host. It's called This or That. I got 2 options, Allie. Breach at 25 champs or Cloud9 at 25 champs.
25 champs. I gotta go Breach. After that performance, we gotta go for the Snoopy for sure.
They have a 25-point lead. It makes sense. Currently in 6th place. And
yeah, I don't think Cloud9 are making it to champs. I think they're on the outside looking in. I'm going with Breach in this one, 100%.
Yikes. Let's take a look at the next This or That. Warzone or Zombies, Allie?
Zombies for sure. I grew up playing Zombies on Survival on Town, and I would do that for hours with my friends. Too much nostalgia. I would do it all over again.
Verdansk Warzone? I'm going Warzone.
Yeah, the current Warzone is a vibe right now.
Urzikstan? Then I'm going Zombies for sure, okay?
All right, good answers across the board. This or That continues with question 3, Nuketown or Rust?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, what you going with?
Why do I have to go first? Why don't you go first
Have you played Rust?
Yes.
Dude, it's been remade 3 times. No.
Chris, what about you?
I'm going Nuketown here.
Really?
Whoa. Where are you going to get more feeds?
I'm going Rust.
You're going to get more feeds if you play Nuketown. If you like snipers, play Nuketown. If you like to just waste your time like Nade Shot did in 1v1 against tanks, go to Rust. 1 in the chamber, Sticks and Stones. 1 in the chamber?
1 in the chamber.
1 in the chamber. This is a classic, bro.
They both suck.
All right, that just means you suck.
Prop Hunt still is the champion of all side games. Propane tanks or cars, things that go boom.
I like the propane tanks. I think I gotta go.
I go with
propane.
either. I'll go cars.
Cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
More predictable.
Nothing better than getting blown up by
Giant exploding propane tank. We don't miss you. Thank you guys for watching our halftime show. It's now time for your casters in a game number 3. Miles.
Wait, guys. Rust or Nuketown?
Rust.
Yes, Rust. That's the answer. Thanks, guys.
You guys
suck. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Your game.
Negative. Negative.
So young. It's crazy that Chris said Nuketown too. It's like I can understand Allie. She probably wasn't born when Russ was like in its prime, but
dude,
the opposite side, like Russ was it.
Dude, Wheeler hit straight with like, have you even played it? Straight up. Jay, who's Craze? Tell me all about Craze.
This is my boy, man. This is my Call of Duty son. I've been teaching him COD since he was 13, but finally, he has been just a man on a mission. We're talking about throughout this entire elite, all throughout challengers, every single one, he has won. But the most recent, he was the MVP, and that's with all of his teammates getting called up to the big leagues. He has just improved his game so much. He's always been a phenomenal respawn player, but for me, every time I text him, I'm like, dude, you have to improve in search and destroy. I'm sick and tired of you going out there and dying for those first bloods, but that's just what he's been able to do, man. Evolve as a player. And now, realistically, in my opinion, he's the #1 prospect in that challenger scene to get that next call up.
Let's face it, there's some teams on the bubble that could be doing with a new player, so I wouldn't be too surprised if there's some question marks out there right now. The Sphere is a hot place, and Roster Mania nearly anytime. Here we go, back into Hacienda, part 2 of our potential trilogy. But we need to see C9 pull out the goods here. Jay on control. And can that happen?
It could. It definitely can, because they have a lot of reps on Hacienda. It's just the only thing is that Boston, on the other hand, have been improving drastically in control, specifically on Hacienda. They are 5-0 on the defensive side. They are outslaying teams by more than 7 kills. So they have realized, okay, we need to start valuing our life more. We need to start being more of a nuisance, like just stalling out time as much as we possibly can. And on the opposite side for Cloud9, you have Boston, who outslay on their defense by 7. They're actually getting outslayed by more on their defensive side than their offenses. So you need to start slaying if you're C9.
Let's get some kills. C9. Well, you got 1 at least. That's good enough for now. Bad news. You've lost another teammate on the approach towards B here. Well, defensively, They've got a man on the back line, and Snoopy just flying through the air, cutting him down. Good work out of Mac there right off of spawn, but pressure now certainly on Breach. Into spawn they go, and Purges and Gills.
Yeah, they already pushed their way off the respawn. Through rock, no one was going to contest them, so you had a freebie off the respawn onto attach, and now you have worked your way all the way through their base to put the game clock at a pause at B, and your teammates are finding kills around the map. A big one-on-one attach off the respawn slows it down onto Awakening, but this is at least 2 guaranteed segments here.
This is huge. It was looking even better, but Krem manages to get a kill. Okay, and you pull a player forward. What was looking like a guaranteed 2 is 1 and a bit. So over to A we go now to try to pick up the pieces.
And Cammy's just going to be aggressive with the SMG. He knows that. Let's just try to get B out of the way first, but if he finds that double, that forces the rest of Cloud9 to turn around and start to commit on those gunfights. But now you can just get pushed up in their spawn. 35 seconds to go. Boss only have 1 segment. This is basically the last push over towards B.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, you got great presence now from C9 pushing up towards lobby. They've got players to spawn. Max still finding kills. He's having himself a nice round so far. 4 and 1 there from Sid. Now Cam shots into nearly everyone, but it's 3 dead either way. 20 seconds to go. Snoop the last man up here with any sort of viable real estate for Boston. Breach, and damn, Sonny gets a big one. Onto B we go.
Yeah, that's a big one-on-one gunfight, because if Snoopy gets taken care of, then this player on the pinch and Mac has a more impactful play that will be felt, but he's giving his team another opportunity. Second segment almost going to be locked, and Purge flies it for a double, make it a triple, all 4 dead. Time should be extended. Boston have came back to life.
What a spree it was, man. All right, 1:15 to go. 14 lives for Breach. And a huge opportunity for a counterattack here from C9, but Snoopy gets 2. That's unbelievable. Looking for a few more. Eyes on 1 player going to spawn, at the very least, the guy behind him, and he's dead too. Snoopy, unreal.
And Purge is now in a position to play for the spawners. That's 3 dead. Last player to account for is going to be Mac. He's on the complete opposite side of the map, but Purge, how long can you keep them in their spawn? Stun does not matter. I'm still going to get you weak. Almost lines up a double, but that segment should be locked, at least for the first.
It's fine. First one gone. Second one on its way out. Snoopy trying to buy some space. He's kept the receipt. It has been purchased, folks. He's looking for a few more now. Timing's a little bit off on this play, but A zone still being captured this whole time. Cammy and Awakening finding their kills this whole time. The Snoopy runabout hasn't amounted to too much. He gets killed finally, but the whole time you've been capturing the point. No lives remaining now for C9. Oh dear. It's not over yet, folks. 50 seconds still in play and only 2 lives to go. C9, good luck there on the round. Breach, what a banger.
And that all does not happen if Snoopy doesn't get that kill onto attach. That double falls into an individual player making a big time play to give his team an opportunity. And it works out to perfection. Snoopy was the guy that starts it off. He starts playing ratty in the corner. Same thing could be said for Purge on the other side. They just were able to flip that switch at an instant, extend that time, keep the map control that they had, and really didn't give Cloud9 any breathing room off of the respawn. That is beautifully played there from Boston to spring that round around, turn that round around, and secure that opening offense.
I love the way Purge plays, man. It's like he gets 1 kill in a lane. He's like, I'm going into this spawn. He flies all the way to the very end. He's like, I'm in position. And you have to fight you out of a very, very tough spot. I'm looking forward to watching another Boston Breach attacking round after what we saw there. But C9, it's your go. Here we have it. Good opener in the kills. A lot of presence here for Mac. Doesn't account for the extra man there on the inside of Tin. And Snoopy finds 2. 3 dead. C9.
Yeah, initial push gets instantly shut down. So now, Sid, how long can you hold this map control for your team? Unfortunately, he's going to get spotted out. Now everyone trying to work out of their spawn. Thankfully, Mac's able to find the opening kill, but the flanks too strong there from Mr. Purge. Someone said to call him Purge the Princess. I don't really like that one. How about Purge the Dominator? He is frying.
Demon King Purge. Wicked stuff.
Come here.
No, it's just everything he does. He's going to turn perfectly in a second and read the guy behind him and kill him. I tell you, Jay, it's just disgusting. Over towards the zone we go. B zone, perfect defense. Look at this read. And the gunny. Can he do anything wrong?
It's just way too easy for him right now. His teammates are holding down the opposite side of the map. He's influencing the spawns a certain way. And all he's doing is winning clutch one-on-one after one-on-one to never give them a stable push. But But again, now on 5 in a row, the pinch is going to be felt. Lines up the first, lines up the second. He's doing it all. Like, he's missed the respawn today.
They're getting, Cloud9 is getting absolutely fucked in the ass.
Why we are glazing so, it is not just because, we look at it, folks, 17 and 6, 19
what are they?
and 6,
what is New York? I'm genuinely curious of what the hell New York is doing.
Purge, quite literally,
like, they have no idea.
checking
They are
every
absolutely
possible corner.
slammed.
I would love to know what he's saying right now. Maybe we'll find out on a nice social media post by the league later on this week.
It's just like, I don't know what these guys are doing. Like, nobody's shooting me. I only got hit like once or twice that round. Like, everything is just super easy right now. Continue to play the way that you are, guys.
How much damage has he received? Not a lot. 19 and 6. My man is frying.
Hey, he shot me a DM this morning, too. He said, Unc, wait, you're casting our match? Don't worry, I'm going to put on a show for you, especially in the control. And so far, he is living up to that expectation. Up 2-0 in the series, up 2-0 in the control, looking for a clean 3-0. And if you can't get a trade, you're not going to stop him.
I love that all these young legends on the come up, these guys having these big tones in the career, they all talk to you, Jay. I love that.
Hey, Uncle Stud knows what's going on. You know, it's like I've been around the block a couple times.
Uncle Stud, I mean, Purge. Whether it's the knife, whether it's the fadeaways, you name it, it's all happening. Don't forget Hellstorm, whether we have to actually deal with it, we'll find out. But this man, you are sugarcoating me, man. Unbelievable. What a life that was. 22 and 7. I'm sure we'll get his POV in a second because you know
0 out of 5. That's real bad for Cloud9.
Yeah, just let him come back off the respawn. Right back into the Purge show. Unfortunately, the timing not good enough versus Sib in that one-on-one. And now Cloud9 have a little bit of time to breathe. They get all the kills in the feed. They have a lot of map control as well to go with it. Okay, just keep them trapped in your spawn for a very long time, and coverage will continue after this series.
This series feels like it's over, but it's not over yet. C9 on the defense. And they've managed to keep Boston at back as much as possible. Cammy managed to sneak on through. Here comes Purge and Snoop towards the zone potentially as well. Players in position to contest this. Over the back line we go. Sib gets one on the trade. The capture still continues.
I love watching
As Karen McGilligan, he and his trusty old trophy system,
they get the job done.
Yeah, and if you're Cammy, how much time can you stall out? Because you know all of Cloud9 want to get you off of this beat point, but just drawing that attention allows your teammates to get out of the spawn uncontested. Final 25 seconds. It doesn't matter what the game clock looks like because Boston usually are able to clutch up in that moment. But the kills go in favor of Cloud9. It's all on Cammy instead of Snoopy this time around.
This is it. C9, you've done such a good job in this round. Keep yourself alive here. Awakening a Cam there on time, finding big ones. Sib on the counter attack. Lovely work there with the Jackal.
Oh my god,
all sweeping in from Matt one, but the trade to complete and the capture continues. Second segment done at B. Here comes Attach to save it.
He needs the one-on-one. He has to be able to find one of these clutch one-on-ones initially to start off that B point. But thankfully, your teammate is there to trade. Defense is secured on the side of Boston, but they are looking for the clean 3-0. The stack is going to be in. You're down by 1 life, and now you got an extra.
Well, you're missing the horn right here, Kitsune, but
not live C9. 1 minute of play.
This is so funny.
Boston are somehow orchestrating this. Tremendous map presence for them now. Not a single lane available for them to get in towards this objective. The 2-man hit now towards Rock turns into a 1-man hit, but it works out. Now space to play with. Here comes Purge on the pinch.
Oh, Purge was a big one-on-one. So now Sib can take that space away. And try to keep those players in the spawn, but Cammy on the other end catches the players off the respawn. Only 5 lives remaining for C9, and Cammy's not going to give up in this position.
It glitched when you mono was back here. Oh, I
Purge got that Hellstorm still awake.
Oh yeah, that's probably when I left.
Demon Joe! He cuts down the numbers, but the clock is ticking. We're going for the kills. It is a TDM, unless someone can get on towards time, and they can. 1 man left. Attach. The hopes and dreams of C9 in this series are on that man right now.
Oh, he is going to fall.
Brother, what a run. Boston Breach came to play today, and they have torn C9 into pieces. The weather forecast is clear skies indeed, not a cloud in sight.
That's so tough, man, if you're C9, because last week you ended off on a high note. You were able to complete the reverse sweep versus Minnesota. You potentially were able to build some momentum off of that match. But then you just run into a very hot Boston breach. They come out, slam you in map number 1, make the adjustments in the search and destroy, and just their improvements in control, specifically on Hacienda. They hate protocol. They don't want to play that. But you might not want to play these guys on Hasi, which is how much finesse they have added to their gameplay. And then also Purge, casually, another 20 non-traded game, 26 and 14, almost 3K damage. He was just doing it all initially.
Boston, I feel like Boston, Toronto, and like
of every round to make something
it definitely sucks that
clean 3-0, they get the 10
LFEs are
points.
definitely not.
Absolutely.
Well, they're trying different shit, and like obviously they're,
and it is trouble
you
now
know,
for C9. We didn't even get anywhere close to that.
It's definitely not good to even try to get a 7-0.
GG's no mercy whatsoever from
standing,
Boston.
just
The
because
deck's looking super solid. The fans with a tough pick there, but guys, that was the real deal.
Yeah, C9 they're not good.
Allie, Cloud9 is a top 4 team. True or false?
False. This was weeks ago.
Boston wins again, Ant.
Yeah, Boston looked great. Incredible series out of them. Also, C9 looked bad. We all admit that. But Boston also played phenomenal throughout this series.
Yeah.
I mean, Purge had himself a hell of a series. You saw the development that they've had also in control, right? Like, in that round, you're on offense. Like, you're trying to get the life count to where you have an advantage. Just constantly finding a lane to get to their spawn and blender them coming out of Foursquare or coming out of Bow. And you saw it was either Awakening or Cammy. The AR players making huge plays. Like, this Boston team, this is the result of like sticking together and still having belief in each other. Okay. There could have been multiple times throughout the series or throughout the season where they thought maybe, hey, maybe we
that round was just
GG's. Well, they stuck it out, and man, it has paid off with this team firing on all cylinders.
This Purge J guy is pretty good.
He's unreal. And what's so funny about this is kind of Boston getting their look back, because you look all the way back to Qualifiers 2 and these two teams matched
like, bro,
up.
what do they do? Like, what is C9 looking at?
We're talking like literally this series, but mirroring
they're looking
the
like
other way
they're
around.
like a loss.
They
Look
look
up.
6-1 map 2, 3-0
Lost
map
Wham.
3. So maybe these teams are just kind of teetering back and forth.
12 kills in a row for Purge before he finally got ended in that game 3. As exciting as the first half was, Boston says, guess what, Maven and Merc, you're up next. Get ready to cast. We're done for the day.
Yeah, and Boston are in a good spot now. I mean, you just extended the gap between you and C9. Now you're starting winners at this next major, and you have a lead. So for Boston, it's about bringing this momentum into land.
Well, you just missed out on an AR opportunity. Are there SMGs looking to come up?
Yes.
Yeah?
Go get crazy if you can.
All right.
Yeah, there's plenty of players down in their challenges, man.
All right, Cloud9 on the outside, still trying to figure things out, but up to this point, it simply has not worked. They are stuck at 105 points. Right now, though, we're joined by a man with a $140. He goes by the name of Joe Awakening. And Awakening, I want to start by asking you, how good is Nameless's stream, bro? I saw you in the chat the other day.
Yeah, that was great content. Gave him good advice about looking into the sun.
Yeah,
and,
I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Did you look into the sun before this match, Big Wig?
Today I didn't, but yesterday we were.
It leads me into my next one, though, a more serious question. You guys control, man. What a turnaround. How did you guys improve in that game mode so much in such a short span?
I think we've just really focused on it in scrims. I think before our practice and control wasn't the best, but I think we watched a lot of VOD and just practiced it a lot, got better with comms, teamwork, and everything. And yeah, we're pretty good at it right now.
It's paying off.
I'm being honest, Ant just took exactly what I was going to ask you. So instead,
backup
question, outside of obviously being able to play on LAN once again, what are you looking forward to most as we head into Miami next week?
I'm just super confident going into it, and I just cannot wait to play because I just love playing on LAN. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, that's going to be a good event.
Vibes are high going into Florida. Best of luck. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
That is Awakening. That is Boston, and that
like,
is a
Pat, like, I know it's like,
they're gonna have
I know that
top
like,
4 seed, top 3 seed going
like
into
obviously
the
there's going to be people who are going to be playing
they get there with plays
like this type of level, but it's like,
the search and destroy. Our production
oh no,
team
again,
loved
it's one of these scenes where I just feel
friendship.
like
I want you to watch all 4 of the white arrows on the minimap. Nameless.
I don't know, it's one of these things where...
Yeah, so you see, like, they notice that there are a couple players out well.
Like, I just feel like...
You see Cloud9, they go over and they try to get the bomb down at B.
I just feel like there's way... I just feel like...
so fast, they're like, we're going to bully them off this bomb. And then we're just going to hop it. We know you're trying to do this 2-2 split. You're trying to get somebody to maybe come around and pinch or go through hallway. Well, if we bang it out and find the kills fast enough, we can just hop on bomb. It's just well played. They did this later in the game as well, right? So these are like small things.
Speed retakes.
Yeah, it's like chemistry, things you learn as the year goes on as a team, what you can get away with. Boston continuously evolving.
Just like that, Rosalie, we are already into the third match of the day. Tell the good people at home what is coming up next.
versus
LAG taking on the LA Gorilla Mates. Best team versus what might be the worst now?
Fellow and friends, they could cause chaos. Let's find out.
I mean, how would they cause chaos? They're literally dog shit. Like,
upgrade your game.
Like, I know I probably would get shot on land by these players, but at least they're legit players I'll be going against. Like, I know that like, I will know that if I go against these players, I'll definitely just try my best, because on land you can't hide anything. If you try to hide something, then there is something wrong, and there's something wrong, and they're gonna evaluate your shit, like your PC, all the your mental health, all this shit. Like, not your probably your mental health, but like not mental health, but like just vitality. Like, at least like I would at least try to go against these players. I would definitely try to go against these players, because I know I could probably shit on one of them at least. But like the other one, but like any other rando online people that probably doesn't play on land, I'd be a little sus as well.
Can you even believe this place?
Sit your slimy ass down. The sizzle sells itself. Someone give me a 10-gallon hat. I'm going full cowboy on these bastards.
You're not sure you have the right floor?
It is so nice to meet you face to face, Plate.
You don't trust me, fine, but you cannot trust her.
The 2025 LAG Team Pack is available right now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this weapon camo to assert your royal will in the lobby. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
spawn spawns, make sure we're counting names, listening to each other. Listen. This time, we take everything.
Are you ready for the Battle of Los Angeles? Excuse me. There's a lot of excitement in the room brewing because Fellow and Johnny are taking on Scrap and Hydra. Let's break down this matchup, starting with our LA team, shall we? They're wearing red today. They go by the name of the Thieves. And
aren't they both LA teams?
Exactly, Al.
Okay.
I don't like these ones.
Hedge in my bets, Al. All right, let's take a look at the Thieves.
Guys, let's start with the LA
Scrap,
team. They're both LA.
Hydra, Envoy, and Al's other ranked teammate turned professional gamer, Dan Ghosty.
Dan Ghosty. I mean, this team's been unreal. Across the board, statistically, like, there's not many things you can pick about them. They're the #1 S&T team, #1 control team. Their fundamentals and hardpoint, though, have been hurting them as of late. You talked about losses to Toronto Ultra. Actually, all Toronto Ultra in their last 5-3 different times. So maybe a couple of areas to clean up there when it comes to those 1s and 4s. But across the board, dude, they look unreal.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's a couple maps that they would like to be a little cleaner. Like Skyline Hardpoint, obviously they try to test it up against Toronto, just hasn't worked. Toronto in particular has been a hard matchup for them, but they square with them there. And then the Hossie, 7-6 on it, another map that they're hoping to improve in the hardpoint pool. And I'm gonna go back to what Scrap said after the match one. Once again, like when they're down in those tough situations, they haven't been there a lot, so they're not that rehearsed in those moments. And you saw it once again, going up against Toronto. You go down, they have a hard time getting out of it. So I guess that's the primary thing, like the small macro adjustments for LA Thieves here and out.
That's a look at the Thieves. Now for a look at the great team from LA. Gentlemen, Alley Cat.
You say great. There hasn't been too much greatness from
They won a championship at a major 4 years ago.
Thank you for that information. You know what I'll say are also on right now? They're on a 6-series loss streak, a 10 point loss streak. They just
That wasn't 4 years ago. That was fucking 3 years ago. It was a Vanguard 2022.
Vancouver Surge, but like when it comes to closing out, they got round 11s, round 9s, but it's something about the later half of these games that they just cannot lock up.
Can you still consider this the same team? Like, how much have you seen from this squad to judge them in?
I mean, they've still been bad. I will say the bright side is like Johnny, it looks like he got a staple in him.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he should have been in the league.
This LAG team, I saw a little bit of their matches. They're not that great. Like John, like I definitely felt like even though Johnny did come into the team starting 2022, he was actually really good. I don't know why people have been sleeping on Johnny. He's actually good. He just probably took a little bit of time for him to get back up where he is, and now he's playing like how I don't know. Well, I don't know how he's playing. So let's see.
If you win today, that will help on a very
Sky, red, photo, red.
Yep. Skyline, red card.
Rewind a match. This is
If you're LAG mates, you're lucky you get that Skyline in and you're 6 and 5 on it. It's going to be your strongest hard point across the board. So at least maybe you open up with a surprise. The red card, I understand. LAG don't really want to give LA Thieves the room to play the new maps right now. And red card, again, it's going to be one of their strongest 2 and 3. Doesn't sound great. LA Thieves, though, deepest map pool in the league. They'll take you on anything.
Yeah, I'll say like the protocol hardpoint, one of the protocols we saw LAG play was up against Carolina. They were up like 80, 90 points. There's the crazy comeback that happened to them. So they probably feel relatively comfortable there. And then the rewind, though.
Oh, they just want to be gangsters.
The one rep we saw from Thieves, they look incredible. So
wait, what are you talking about, dude? Just the way they pose?
Just to see, like, LA Thieves, if they're consistent.
Just the way they pose?
That team right there seems very consistent in slang. Can we take a look at Gentlemates one more time? Because there have been some massive changes. Yeah, I'm looking here at Johnny. Vibe checks out. Kismet, vibe checks out. The dark horse in the bottom left, not really vibing right now, fellow. Lunars is vibing. Let's go to the fellow cam. See what I mean? See what I mean? I mean, one man holding them down.
The hair is no longer blonde. Okay? Back to OG original fellow. Yeah, the room's clapping for that. And I will say Lunar's like, I need to see a takeover Lunar's game, bro.
It's unfortunate because he did have a rough series. Their most recent matchup versus the Boston Breach, that was probably the worst we've seen from Lunars, but he's been solid across the board, but I get what you mean. Like, we want to see his ceiling a little bit more, especially put into such a tight spot like this and a team that's struggling so bad.
All right, it's not good when the host is leading, so I will go first with an LAG pick. Wow.
What? What do you know that I don't know?
You're twisted. Mother, you're twisted as fuck.
Spice. I'm gonna go with LA
Fuck
Thieves
are you
for sure.
talking?
If LAG win this, I will be.
I don't like a pity pick out of you. Is that really what angle you're going?
I'll shave my beard if LAG win.
Clint said he was gonna do something.
Well, we're not gonna say what I said I do. We can't repeat that.
I mean, if he shaves his fucking beard, that'd be
Changed her
crazy.
hair in the past because of an LAG versus LA Thieves matchup. Ant is risking his beard. Maven, what are you willing to put on the line?
We cannot talk about what Maeve said. We cannot. You cannot repeat that. You cannot repeat that. Just imagine a Costco glizzy.
I want to keep my job, so we're going to move forward now to what is probably about to be the most prolific 3-0 we have ever seen. What? Unless LAG, turn up and show us something. Yeah, I was on the desk Sunday, and I was trying to think of what this qualifier label it as. I thought of qualifier 1, it was all the game fives, right? Qualifier 2 is all the 3-0s. This one I was like, I don't know, put it team changes or maybe upsets. There's been a lot of upsets. I don't think this is going to be upset.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so at all. But Hydra, I did see Hydra yawn.
Ooh, last.
Okay. So he might have just woken up. I think I saw Scrap yawn.
I don't think so.
I swear to God, I saw him yawn, bro.
Well, yawning is contagious. So if one yawned, the other one probably yawned. You're probably right. But you can see here the problem is LAG. They are 0-5 this stage in hardpoint. They are 1-17 their last 60 days. You're probably up against the best hardpoint team, or one of them. I guess you did just lose 2 to Ultra, but I think overall in the year, we would probably say this Thieves team has been #1.
Yeah. And it's. I don't want to go at this current LAG roster too much because they're relatively new, haven't done a lot. It's a whole new team, right? Kismet's the only constant. So yes, the franchise, this team in a whole this year has been embarrassingly bad. They've had a couple years like that, but this current iteration. Still, maybe they can improve some, but there have been a lot of changes. They have not looked on the better end of those teams that make changes.
Yeah, and this is, you can already see, 2 1-3s to Carolina in Breach, 0-3 to Surge. This is a really tough road when you talk about this. You have
100%.
3 of the top 4. Carolina is right around there. Breach is still in the mix.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting combo because I think in a perfect world, would I love every team played the other teams once. Would I love that? Like if we mentioned work, sure. But with the current schedule and everything works out, you kind of have these. You have these strong ones, or like these easier picks that you're able to do. These easier qualifier stretches. You have harder qualifier stretches. That is a harder one. It's just tough when there's team changes. Like maybe you hope you come into an easier one when there's a team change. That's not what the case is. But here's where the overall standings are right now. Yeah, when Chris had 10-1 odds, I about lost my mind. I was like, Chris, no, that is way off. I'm glad
it's about 10,000.
Yeah, and hit it on the head. It is. We're going to be very, very tough for them to do. But these two teams, far ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, listen, LA Thieves, the goal is just to win. That's it. That is the goal. Plain and simple. They did a major victory, a champs ring. We know the ceiling of this roster, but we'll see next weekend.
Sagar splash with like 2 scoops. They're so strong.
Sort of like we talked about Falcons and Preds. Like maybe Johnny's going to be that. I don't know. But trying to find something that you can take forward. Maybe it's going to be Lunars. Maybe one of these young guys will be a building, sort of like I don't know, Boston and Snoopy. Like you find something that you try to build off. Is I guess what your hope is. Yeah. What are you supposed to do this year?
And I think the good thing this year is
yawned again.
Okay.
Hydra. I think Hydra just woke up, dude. Maybe they can catch him off guard.
Sure.
He's probably gonna drop 50.
Yeah, we'll see. He's literally laughing. He heard you. He heard he's laughing at you, bald man.
Dude, I'm telling you, he woke up 5 minutes ago. No, if he comes out flat in the map 1,
no,
it is my detective skills.
Okay, sure.
Thieves Road to the major.
What was I talking about?
I don't know, Joe. I probably interrupted you again.
Yeah, here we have 2 3-0s. Dominant 3 over pretty solid teams.
2 3-0s, one unfortunate, one loss, but it's
surprise. But Ultra is a team
kind of negligible, but it's still a little concerning.
The team to take away from the Ultra series, they lost 2 hard points, which. Yeah, we don't expect that.
Ultra's hardpoint's looking strong right now. And yeah, the Cloud9 win was pretty impressive at the time. Now I don't know. After Cloud9's got clapped by Breach, it doesn't look quite as impressive. But yeah, Ultra's going to be a test. Heretic's a test. FaZe a test. I mean, for this qualifier, I almost think losing to Ultra was a good thing. I do. Going forward to the major, just getting tested a little bit. Not going in feeling as vulnerable.
I just started thinking matchup. Because they lost him at the LAN as well.
Yeah,
well, that was a big discussion last year. Surge is you look at the Surge LA Thieves matchup. Like LA Thieves have handled that, where Surge maybe
Oh no!
What
was the ones last year that stood out? Like, well, phase over optic, ultra over phase. Like there were several last year. We're just talking about the top teams. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more than.
Well, there was that triangle. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was
like over ultra. Yeah.
Yes. That was like the other piece of it. It was kind of insane to watch last year. Matchups can be massive, and it comes down to. Well, obviously, like play styles and game mode strengths, and God, what maps you're strong on. There's so much that can go into it, but it's not as simple as like this team good, and that team better. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be hopping into this one shortly.
Oh, I remember I was gonna say. I'd say maybe the one good thing for the LAG, like for Gotaga in the franchise, is we went to Spain and they could show off their fan base. Because I feel like in the past, if you're a player, you want to go to a place where you know you're just gonna have a ton of support, right? A sort of location where you want to be. And I think LAG with sort of Gotaga at the helm and the Gentlemates at the helm has shown now where if you get on that roster, you are going to have a large amount of support behind you.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we talk about in esports a lot. That's more something we talk about like the NBA or something sports, yes. But maybe more so here. It becomes a little bit more.
Well, I just think if in the past, if you said you were on an LAG team.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Raises their stock a bit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Building for the future.
It's interesting. It's just not a conversation we typically have, but now it sounds like we're about to get into it. Producer let us know game is ready, so thanks for hanging out a bit while we chatted through things. Caught Hydra slipping and yawning a couple times, but he better be taking this match seriously. You know, these guys, you already got caught slipping the last major. You don't want that to be the case here, but I'm sure he's going to come in and fry because the guy is absolutely demonic. On the other side, LAG, you're looking for an upset of all upsets. Something positive to maybe take away from this qualifier. Been moments that this team has looked like a better iteration, maybe versus their past ones, but not able to put a cohesive series together where you actually walk away with a W. But
yeah, I liked what Ant talked about. I think Johnny's really showed off his talent.
Between last year and this year.
I think maybe like the one player you want to see step up is probably Lunars. Like I think when he first joined, he showed a good couple of weeks. I feel like we haven't seen much more from that.
Yeah. No, maybe he will be able to. But it's just tough, you know, when you come into a broken unit.
I feel like we've seen like his individual talent at times. Like he'll have some crazy multi kills, some insane centering.
Might be somewhere he just needs to play a little bit more selfish. Maybe he is trying to be whatever the team needs type thing. We'll get rolling into this opening skyline, and Hydra already able to get two, so brushing off the yawns, and yeah, he looks cracked as ever.
Yeah, he's ready to get in the game. That's all he wanted. Goes on the route, now working the objective. Now he's in a flank again. Hey, Maeve. Yeah, he might just drop 50.
Okay. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but listen, I'll be honest with you, Joe. I was looking for any single sign of body language that gave me a story I could sell on an LAG win. You know, I was looking for anything. I might even made up the first yawn.
No, there was a couple in there. Yeah. The only body language you really had to look at, the way I'm thinking about it, is if I'm a defense, do they all have their thumbs?
Okay. If they physically still have their thumbs intact, they're okay. Well, that's one way to certainly look at it. We'll get over to the P2 now, and LAG will have the early setup and control. Pressure to Thieves now to find the picks and break, and we'll see if they'll be able to do that. Collapsing on it from everywhere, but Lunar's holding one side, able to win his fight, quickly traded out. Now Hydra maybe finding an opening to pounce. We hop to Johnny's POV for now. This has been a slow build-up and push from Thieves, and maybe here the opening. They take their time, win a couple of ones. Maybe not in the point yet, but they've cleared out LAG, and well, they've got the spawns.
Yeah, Johnny's just he doesn't have an angle. Scrap though, Joe's all the way through. He started off 0-3, finds 3 to break the setup. Fighting back though is Johnny and Kismet. 2 quick kills. Still have some close spawns, and well, the SMG's got LA Thieves. That is going to be all 4 dead.
All 4 dead, and all the control you could want. I think Boy maybe hoping he could find a timing to hit what catwalk. Ghosty goes to the jump. Unfortunately, gets hit with a stun as he goes to jump. Comes up a little bit short. Eventually going to get dropped. Now we'll see. LAG will have another early setup. This one might get disrupted even earlier, though, as Envoy.
That pinch.
His route is going to set up a pinch.
Yeah, Johnny, though, is able to find one. He's playing his life. You have close spawns. Just not on the side of the map that you want, but at this point, you take whatever you can get. As Johnny does a great job just finding the first 2.
Oh, he got 3. Yeah, no, if Johnny doesn't get all those, that pinch and play is perfect from Thieves in your end.
Still a perfect break.
Yeah. Okay, so the next swing, they knock it out of the park, and they will battle back through. Hydra, yeah, maybe he's gonna drop 50. 11-5, the hot hand so far. Kismet, the opposite end of that spectrum. He is 1-8, nothing rolling for him yet. We'll see if he can start to turn it around. Hydra still looking and hunting, not able to win that one as Johnny comes flying on through. It looks like it's going to be a similar story again, probably early setup for LAG.
Ooh, number 4. Oh,
Lunar's paced it up, so great comms, nice awareness out of LAG to be ready for that from Lunar's in Fellow. You know, you push up too far, Piano maybe gets that up, but here you go. Now you're in the money hill, you have the spawns. Can you cash in?
You feel like eventually they're going to cash in. Can it be here? Kismet desperately trying to get going in this map. Maybe he can do it, but you have 1 kill on either side. Ghosty able to win 2. Envoy, does he get his 2? He does. So Ghosty and Envoy both take 1v2s on opposite sides. They're able to break in, and it feels like LAG should be happy at probably 20 points because it seems like Thieves have broke pretty quickly on most of them, but
yeah, you're at least splitting the time, right? Right through the middle of the map goes Kismet. He wins 1 gunfight, and, well, he gets him off it. You're playing very clean break harpoon if you are LA Thieves, and Envoy now on 6 in a row, trying to just play his life. Lunars is challenging him. He's got the help, though, of Scrap, but now you're going to grow this lead.
Grow this lead and potentially turn this into a streak. Not going to happen there. I thought he wins that one, gets a little bit work in the objective. It might earn it, but not going to happen. All right, so second set now.
We're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, the LAG in early. Can they end up holding for any significant length of time? So far, so good. Johnny AR and Ham winning fights. Relying on the teammates to look over him. Swapping to Fellow for a second. This will be a player kind of looking over him, trying to hold this Piano side.
And it's the subs again. I mean, Hydra and Envoy just so difficult to stop right now. They keep hitting these routes, finding multi-kills. The first couple of hills, it was all Hydra. Now Envoy's starting to step up. I mean, you've really slowed down if you're a Hydra. 13 and 14. But again, the break doesn't turn into a lot of time. At least now it looks like you're going to be early at this P2. But LAG, they're just going to take the final 20.
Yeah, take the final 20 and maybe a lead change. But yeah, this might be the first time that it's going to be Thieves early on a hard point and see how the LAG break looks. This is where the game could get ugly.
Yeah.
This switch. If it's early time for Thieves,
hold on though.
LAG can't
hold
break.
On.
Yeah.
They might not even need. They might not need to. It's gonna be the same exact
This is
story.
This is was my worries with LA Feast. This map, they are they got everything correct. They just fucking give it up though. Like what are we doing?
We're breaking every hard point. Well, last time they were able to do it, really took their time progressing that push and finally got in with, like, I don't know, 20-25 seconds off. Honestly, kind of similar to what we're seeing right now. As the break comes in, they sweep them off the board. They'll retain the lead and try to build it out again. LAG struggling to hold early, but they're still in this game. They're still battling, trying to walk away.
The yawns.
With a map 1 upset. Let's go to LAG. Listen.
I'm helping you. Yo, 2 hidden kitch, guys. 2 hidden kitch.
One's on you. And one's a white plant. White plant again. Hydra.
Marco
weak. White.
Okay. Dead.
Nice.
I'm heading out front. Let's get mid.
Look, couch it. One shot. We're dead. One from left. Dead. Nice. Get up.
Nice. I hit some guys.
What are we? Oh, Thieves, what are we doing? Come on!
Would they spawn their side? I have low.
Okay.
Paco dead their side.
Nice. Get up. Catwalk. One shot from bed.
Yeah, from bed. He's just ironing right under. You literally iron.
Give it left. Give it left.
Alright, we're good. Iron.
Yo,
they're behind me. I'm looking at energy. There's like one shot trap.
And outer table.
Trap split the time weak.
Yep, he's on the bar.
I'm going hot tub.
Okay, here.
They didn't hit Garden. They didn't hit this out. I'm gonna go a little bit.
Jim, Envoy weak. I sent him in bed. I'm trying this shit. Jim one shot.
Dead.
Good shit. On the table. Last 2 times. Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure.
Good shot. Only 14.
I think it's top. I'm taking top. Okay, then go to bed. Okay, I agree.
Trying out like me.
Okay.
He's close to me.
Okay.
We're close to me.
Go back, scrap that. Running it. Yeah. Low.
One more in the back. One shot. Low bed weak.
We're good.
On the back, Paco. Yep.
LAG took the lead. LAG's comms are turned. I'm curious to hear the other side of it. Let's see if the LA Thieves boys can turn up.
I think AC.
Post to me. I'm gonna get to I'll get to some. I'm making more time. I'm making more time. Bet. Guys, hit it. I got time. This time. Yo, 20 catch. Top mid first one. Top mid first one. Top mid. There's two top mid. No. Help top mid, Paco. Another one top mid. Am I just making it again? I'm making them contest. We're missing Fellow and Johnny, guys. Go left. Come in dead left. Johnny, left. Stone one shot. Absolute top stone. Top stone right now. No left. One bullet kitchen. One bullet wood. He's my top front. Just hit AC. AC dead all the time. I shot my bed. I think we. Go top mid. Let's all go top mid. Nothing left. Let's go top mid and left. Okay, he's on time right now. AC dead. On time. Wait, no. Nerd. Yo, AC. Or top T one bullet on time. Alright, time Johnny. He's gonna have to go outside. Johnny.
Nice shots.
I'm there. Gonna be top mid. Full nerd, I left. Nerd. Weak. Top video. Nerd. I don't see patio and AC fellow. In the field. Play for AC. I hit AC. Yeah, I'm blocking. AC laying down front. He's still AC. Playing for you guys. AC dead. One time. Shots guy. Jim. One shot, absolute challenge nerd. Absolute body shot, and he spawns heal. Nice. We're gonna be top T. One's wood. Wood fellow going back fireplace. Right on me. Or Jai spawn here. Pop AC. AC Johnny. We can't hold. One could be Jim. I've read. Top T. P2. MP2 push.
Bro, that listening just had me crying because I swear, like, Scrap and Hydra are so good. They just don't expect to ever lose like a straight up gunfight. They're mind blown every time they lose. Literally one bullet, absolute. Like every gunfight is so funny to me, bro. They just can't wrap their head around how they lost a fight. It's so good.
I probably would do the same if I
was them. I think that's why. Yeah, not missing. There's like, it's online cheese, dude. But
this is so much online cheese. Servers are dog shit. It's like fuck.
Gorillas, ample opportunity.
You know, you just sometimes don't expect to lose those gunfights. Like I don't expect Thieves to lose some of these gunfights as well. I thought they had a good chance, but some cheese shit, some cheese servers and such.
Felt like sooner or
like
later,
holy shit.
LATs are finally going to get a hold. They do a great job at that P4. Hydra goes on a big spree. Then here at this P2 on rotation, they lock it down. Finally, some clean gameplay out of the Thieves. And I mean, they took some turns, each kind of going off, but it just felt like some LAG just wasn't going away.
Not going away. And not away yet, but as they'll have the rotation over to the next P1, there's one more tick and we are finished, and that will come through. So Thieves survived maybe early struggles with just getting ahead of rotation. They were kind of in that loop where it was sort of break late, split time, break late, split time. Finally late, they got some early setups and really took advantage. But I don't know, we've seen that a lot. You just kind of get in the loop, just trying to flip the script so much. They tried to do it, the second P2, right?
Yeah,
and they died with like 5 seconds left. So
that's when the game got scary.
Yeah, no, it did. But I think, we just chatted about it a lot because it's hard to get out of that sometimes. It's like you have to, either you make like an insane play or you just have to like hard commit to rotate. Like literally just be like, we're sacrificing this time. Let's just rotate and get out of this rotation that we're in. This not rotating, the cycle that we're in.
Cycle,
yeah. But they end up winning it by 57.
Can you hear with these men?
Scrap leads the lobby in damage.
Can't even hear with these men children yelling incoherent talk.
Like started really strong, slowed down a bit. But
yeah, the comms are definitely. It's definitely.
Pretty well-rounded effort. Slaying margin. Did they outslay by a ton? No, not. I guess not really, because Ghost was next.
Like I have played. I have played again. Like if you remember, you haven't probably weren't.
Just kind of
watching my shoes a lot at the time, but like if you remember 2022, I was playing with some competitive players. I was playing 8s and such.
I know it's hard for the
and
team to like catch everything, but like there's
I played like 8s. I played some.
He'll have like these
I play ranked and such.
And it's just we happen to be watching the other team.
And this is kind of the way you have to kind of talk. I mean, it's like this in any esports. It's like you gotta not in games like Rainbow Six Siege. Not in games like Rainbow Six Siege, which is any of the search and destroy type of games. But any respawn modes though, like I'm probably on the finals, like probably the finals and such. It's gonna be a lot of talk. It's gonna be a lot of talk, and like sometimes, and you just gotta have to, you just gotta filter what
Making it interesting, making it a bit of a battle. This
you got to filter out what you need to hear, what you
yes, this is like a strong hard
what
point
you need
for
to
them,
hear, and
but
what
you consider they don't have a lot of strong maps.
what
in
you need to
general.
hear and such. Because like
battling
it's
against one of the
definitely
top hardcore
hard,
teams
but I've been
and
able to
actually
do.
make it a battle,
I've been
but
able to
that's
do it
That's
before.
also been, dude, we've just been saying that all year with this.
I've been able to
So
do it
many close
before.
points. Like they have
So
close
it's
searches.
not that
blown out
hard.
a lot.
It's
I mean, I know
just
there have been some blowouts,
like
but they've
it's
lost like 250 to 200.
it's not that hard.
This year. A million times.
So
Ready, though, to go to red card
I definitely know where you're
destroy
coming
him.
from,
That's
because
a
it
vote,
just
obviously,
sounds
the
like a
Thieves
lot
have
of children
really
talking.
looked to improve from Major 1 forward. Hydra has been a different beast.
Well,
in the mode.
like a
They've
lot
been
of children
far better in
talking,
the
but
mode.
like
I mean,
that's
I don't
how
really have any
look,
questions
that's
for them in
how
particular. It's really
that's
just
how they literally
I don't even know what to say about
communicate.
Thieves. Like we know how good they are.
Like calm
will they
and
do it
while
online?
in
I mean, they
and
were
while
just
in a
kind of owning
competitive
the
match.
whole like we're dominant online thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, they are.
They finally they're what was 10 wins in a row, finally snapped by Ultra, and they just kind of know. They know.
Yeah. It's
what they
not.
have to do.
I'm not saying that in a way like they're onliners. Like, listen, they went 7 in the final of Major 1. Not that at all. Just like, will they show up and not be caught slipping? Will the prep be the way it needs
This
to
is
be?
a team to win titles.
Yes, it should be. Because I would think, okay, is there a chance that they wouldn't win one this year for some reason, this particular title, and they could go forward and still be dominant? Sure, but would this team still stick together if they didn't win a single tournament this year?
No.
What if they got like a bunch of seconds? What if they got like 3 seconds, 4 seconds?
I doubt it.
You think there's that much pressure? Like they don't win one, they're done.
I think there'll be a change.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. I was kind of curious. Like,
Yeah, no. Also, there's going to be
listen,
some
we're
sort
good
of
enough, he's gotta fix some
change.
stuff, but the expectations.
I mean, I could be wrong, but
no, you're probably right. The expectations probably are that high.
In terms of like maybe the group morale and sort of just their bond together could push that forward. But I just think in terms of
Oh yeah, like the way they talking, like I can understand their talk because like they're just thinking what's up ahead. Like you're like when it comes to respawns, you're gonna be talking a lot. And like you got to think about, okay, I kill someone. Where are they gonna be spawning? And then you got to know where they're gonna be spawning, and you got to set up for that. You got to set up. You got to set up. Holy shit! There's a lot of ones.
Their S&D ranks.
Like you gotta think about all this other stuff in terms of just trying to figure out what you're doing, what you're doing.
Yeah, that's just it. Just fine tuning.
What you're doing in the next next point.
Hoping you don't have a blunder of a day one.
No, that's it. It's like
at LAN.
It's so tough to like talk about them right now, like an online match, because we expect them to pretty much beat everyone. For the most part, they do. I know they had the Ultra loss, but even that, I didn't like think of it as the biggest deal. It's like I almost wanted to be tested after going undefeated or whatever before. Round 1, though, not going great for him. First blood for Lunars.
This is
numbers for
They just hit this.
Yeah, they hit it, get in, and now on Scrap and Ghosty to maybe pull this off. Ghosty, what a great Hacienda 1v3 clutch last Sunday. We know he can be icy. He's still alive and maybe a chance to do it, but with 2 ARs, it's going to be real tough to break in here. Scrap at least gets 1 gunfight win. That second going to drop. Ghosty, maybe another 1v3. Maybe just spoke it into existence. 30 seconds on the clock. Johnny and Lunar still to deal with. You just cannot give him another one-on-one freebie. And they do. Oh, okay, I thought they did for a second. I thought the other person was still tucked inside. I'm like, stop it. They chow together. They're able to take him down.
I mean, not close, because obviously he's not even shooting at the last guy.
No, it wasn't. I was so focused on the gunfight, I hadn't looked at the minimap, but I thought, oh god, he's gonna finesse this, but no real chance to do it.
And nice shots there by Lunars, finds his second round. And really the question mark, it feels like the challenge maybe a tad off. Fella just flies at him. Just flew at him. He was the second player, and that's what made that a 1 versus 2. So I'm not sure if he kind of told them, let's fly together, and it didn't happen. But that was the 1 player. Normally it's that second guy.
Yeah, made it a little interesting. Now offense for Thieves, and we'll see what they opt to do. Nades out towards A, well for both sides. Ghosty gets tagged and backed up. They just throw stuff, and then they're quickly going to rotate. The 2 players at B on the defensive side for LAG have not moved. Johnny and Kismet are tucked and waiting. We'll take a look at the tuck. This slows down for a second, so I thought maybe kind of throw utility, quick rotation off of it, but they're slowly working their ways up.
Yeah, looks like maybe they're going to go over towards A now. I mean, you see Envoy starting to push on up, Scrap's middle of the map now, starting to work stairs, and Hydra's not seeing much, so you're probably just going to wait for the A presence from his teammates, then going to go.
He's just got to wait.
Yeah, he's just got to be very patient. You really have to wait for.
You know, he's
honestly, you almost have to wait for the bomb to be planted and then go. There's going to be the info though. He's going to spot Kiz on the flank. Doesn't see the second, but this will set him up.
So you see 3 and 4 are going to turn quickly. As they turn, though, they're going to get picked. Fellow is able to drop 1. Hydra does get there just in time to maybe not save his teammate's life, but it'll turn into 2, so that is huge. Still fighting on the other side of it will be Envoy trying to deal with Johnny. It's a tale of 2 sides here. Johnny now trying to clutch up in the 1 versus 2. Just barely gets across the gap, 50 HP, but his position obviously given up.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 20 seconds. Still alive somehow, but pistol out, and there we go. Really, just a round on Hydra.
And he ends up getting 3, I believe, in the round.
Yeah, he gets 3 in the round, and there's like could get a little interesting, where just maybe the timings are off, and LAG's just a step ahead, pushing his 3 teammates, but he's able to get.
Yeah, no, when they got the first kill, like right as the 2 players turned for Thieves to deal with that push through on the comms from Hydra, I was like, uh-oh, things might fall apart, because suddenly it's pressure to Hydra. He's got to get there. His teammates have to stay up, but he got there just in time. Just in time. I think it was Scrap that was in a fight. Like he stayed, or finessing a bit. Like he stayed up long enough too that gives Hydra the chance to get those first 2. LAG last time is hard hitting B. Looks like this time slowing it down. Kismiddle's getting a ticket. Try to get some info. And it seems like Fellow and Lunars are going to slowly work their way out towards B, or sorry, out towards A. They're playing for a pick, and well, they got the pick. Scrap's going to want to chow things. He's going to get gummed by a young player, and Lunars just sends him packing.
Yeah, nice shots right there by Lunars. I mean, you don't even hear returning shots.
That's what I'm saying.
He's caught off guard.
He might be frying sometimes, we just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But now what are they going to do with this man advantage? Looks like it's going to be an A hit. You're going to keep Johnny there to watch the flank. Well, this is the right call. It's all about what does Ghosty find. No trade yet. So he's going to get out. So great play by Ghosty. He's going to slow this down. This is going to open up the play for Envoy, and there we go. So all behind Ghosty, just in a bit of an off angle. They don't check it. They don't stun the corner. I mean, maybe they thought that stun was going to hit, but now a tough situation for LAG.
Yeah, buy time for Hydra on one end, buy time then for Envoy on the other. They got numbers, and they are collapsing. Lunars trying to thread the needle, not going to quite make it through. Fellow, his turn to try and clutch, and he is just trapped in pillars and not going anywhere. Thieves take back-to-back rounds. Beautifully done.
And those are the rounds that you just have to take advantage of.
Get the first blood.
Get that first blood, and again, we kind of saw that stun from Ghosty's POV. I think it just hits the other side of the planter. They just have to know that that corner's open.
And they were always lucky it didn't turn into 2. I mean,
yeah,
Ghosty, I don't think saw the other one slide across. He thought there was a second. Took a little, kind of like pre-fired it to hit shots. Didn't hit anything. He was like, all right, I'll just get out of here for free then. Like the other LAG players, like, I just can't die. Like, I can't have 2 of us get caught here. No, it is. I think if he tried to trade it, honestly, he would have died. Like, Hydra played that, or sorry, Ghosty played that perfectly. Did Chow the second. Hydra, still a little bit of a streak and 4 in a row. And kind of similar to what we saw in their last round. But Kismet, he is pushed up real far, and you're playing for this. I mean, Thieves are literally playing.
Well, if there was a car out, so you played a little bit safe if you are Thieves. But yeah, I mean, you just played for that shoulder. I mean, Scrap shoulders that
pick, Envoy.
So well done. They're like, okay, they took space. Where can he be?
And then again, every time you find a kill, what's that going to do? Open up avenues for this guy. At least you would think so. He does have his teammate there to trade it, so still man advantage.
He's shooting at one, gets shot by the other. But yeah, you still have Envoy here. You still have numbers.
Oh, the timing. No, he didn't look. Good trade, though.
Gives a chance now to Fellow to clutch up, I think, in the 1 versus 2. He had to get one in that position because Fellow was kind of out of the play. They're going to push through and just go ahead and work the plant out. Over towards A. Pressure to Fellow now to clutch up in the 1v2 and get the defuse. And what would be, 3 straight rounds for Thieves if he can.
Yeah, he's just got no info. Doesn't know what side the bomb's on. They could be on the other part of the map. Envoy's going to re-pinch this as well. So the timing going to work out for Thieves. Again, the shoulders on point.
Yeah, they're throwing some mean shoulders.
But yeah, I think the key is just finding Kismet. Kismet is hoping he gets to to a credit corner, finds a freebie, maybe two. Instead, Scrap's like, I'm going to check this.
And you can see, I mean, yeah, with the car out, like they were all just, backed up.
Oh.
Playing for that exact play. Maybe somebody getting a little too aggressive.
I love this. I like the Sakura splash on the gamer stuff, but holy shit, it's so strong.
Could have worked out brilliantly. Maybe there's another player checking it. Just don't show the corner.
Only two scoops.
Too wide.
Yeah, we didn't see what the car was. I think the car was the other bombs. I don't think like the car spotted Kiz.
No. It felt like somebody did though. Like the way they were playing it, bro. Yeah. It felt like Kiz got spotted. I don't think he did, but didn't it seem like they played for Kiz getting spotted?
Yeah, even like Albo was like, just aiming at him through the door.
Yeah.
I'd report him.
Yeah, no. Maybe he was, but
ooh, the timing on Hydra.
I didn't think so.
So good.
Hydra sending it, and Hydra finding an opener.
Hey, look at this route. You are so far push up. Envoy is through bleacher side, so you just ran at you.
Choked out. Fellow, well, now 1 versus 3. Maybe a little more time to pull off the clutch, but even more difficult maybe than the last round. Doesn't have bomb. He's got one of the harder gunfights in the league, shouting him, and, well, Scrap's going to take it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, maybe your one opening is if you can catch Scrap off guard, he's going to take the fight.
Yes. So that's
he was going to take the challenge.
As soon as I saw who he was squaring up with, I was like, listen, fellow, you might be nasty, but Scrap is going to gun you. Like, this is really just
recrouch. It's just recrouch behind this nice little heady. Gives him the advantage.
Like, these are the players that I would expect for normal players to be playing.
One-on-one gunfight.
But no, you got people who are literally tracking you, and then a bunch of shit like, you know.
4-1 now, 4 straight.
Yeah, 4 straight. They're doing a lot of different ways, right? Just some aggressive rounds, slowing it down at
tracking
times.
You as such,
but just
and
feels
just
like they're very
you know,
aware
just
of their
doing
game plan.
the whole no recoil. Like okay, some guns are OP and like you could literally hold down as long as you can, hold down the right stick as long as you can.
First, I guess, and that gunfight went. Oh, he's got 2. Okay.
That Kaijuster bug will get fixed one day.
Yeah, one day.
No,
well,
Activision won't do that. They'll just say, fuck you.
5-1, but honestly,
Joe and Maven, I'm sorry, but
yeah,
the Coghouse ain't gonna do. They ain't gonna fix that. They never focus on Verdansk more than their own multiplayer game.
30, Advanced Warfare 3.
That would be kind of sick, but.
Envoy tucking tail and gonna rotate.
They have all the info, and Scrap just goes right through the middle. So this is on Kiz. What does he find? And he finds Scrap. Does not expect that.
No, not at all. When do you ever get killed like that? Like with all your teammates over towards A and they just run up through mid like that? He's like, okay. And then Envoy, he's dancing on you. Oh, don't let him do it to you, fellow. Once again, last alive. I think that's 3 in a row where fellows had to try and be the hero, not able to walk away with anything, not really any winning scenarios, but it's another dominant round for Thieves and their turnaround search and destroy.
Yeah, you can just
win championships. That is why.
This is where they've put so much time in. Yeah, I'm sure during the week when they're scrimming, they're always setting up an S&D scrim, making sure they're putting reps in and hard focusing. It just looks clean.
It does. Yeah, no. These rounds have not really been close at all. We've had some blowouts in Search and Destroy this year. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's been a couple like 6-0 smoke shows, but they win this one 6-1, and it stands kind of like it has. This has been as close to as good as it gets in Search. See if LAG can get a second one.
Ooh, I don't think Hydra's gonna be. Oh, actually,
on the concrete
no.
As they get forward. Hydra is going to go through those. What's going to happen here?
That's the other thing. They're taking a lot of risks. They're just trying out different things.
Hydra's going to end up maybe killing their 2 teammates is the problem. Keep on going, guys.
I thought Kiz was maybe going to hear him slide, but doesn't. So now you have, Hydra behind you.
And they're going to be like, what the hell, guys? Well, see, listen here.
This might work out, though, because I was going to say, Scrap can expect 2 here. Maybe not the second, but finds 1.
And then you lose your other 2 players, though, on the other side of it.
Basically just trap.
2 versus 2. We go as Lunars gives them a better chance than this with the kill. Now on Hydra and Ghosty potentially for a retake, but bomb has not been planted yet. Hydra.
Timing was right again for Hydra. I think number 8 Lunars was just looking at this.
Oh no!
This gets away from him.
Yeah, absolutely gets away from him. Thought he had a freebie and not going to be the case at all. Ghosty, his chance to clutch, not going to happen. LAG, another round. Yeah. I knew he had to be laughing. He's like, boy, yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. Those shots were not good.
That's so unfortunate.
I'm sure it's that situation.
Oh,
we always say, like,
no.
He's gonna have to get this one, and where's the next one coming? That's the case. I think it's just the door.
Where did the one bullet go?
Yeah, the slide up.
Yeah.
He got nothing.
Yeah.
And even the best players in the world can look like absolute bots.
I thought it was one of those where you're like looking to the next snap, and I don't think that was the case at all.
No, he was looking at the next snap on the Lunars.
Yeah. Next snap on the same player you already snapped on. Yeah. Well, that one's tough, but thankfully you're up 5-2. Scrap just destroyed the floorboards.
Yeah, Kiz just slid at his kneecaps.
Yeah. Envoy, though, brings them back 3 versus 3 now. Kind of a 2-on-2-ish towards the point. Long route from Johnny. If Johnny can get there, Johnny might not need to get there, or will he? You still have Hydra up. His turn to maybe make the play. 2 versus 2 we go. They're just pausing here for a second, showing those great shoulders they've shown the entire time. Very
or maybe he's watering the
shoulders.
plant.
Oh, he could have been watering the plant, Joe, but how would he be? Never mind.
Watering the plants.
Never mind, Joe. We pause for a moment, 30 to go. They've got to work the plant. They're hoping they're going to catch somebody, but LAG have kind of posted up as well. Pressure to Thieves, obviously, to get this bomb down. Now they're going to have to go. Holding stage side with an angle on this is going to be Johnny. They'll get that bit of
nice shot.
Well, the wall bang is in, and Johnny's like, I thought I had info for free. Instead, he gets dropped. Kiz now.
Oh, he sees Ghosty. Knows one's on the bomb, so he had to get rid of the nade.
Whoa.
He's got both guns.
Kismet was built for this.
Just neither is an easy gunfight.
99 Kiz.
Whoa. Imagine he just died.
Both players get tags in, so try to get back to full or get an angle on Ghosty. Both gunfights are atrocious and not going to be able to do anything with it. Scrap shooting the floor. Hydra's shooting Ghost, but they're winning it 6-2. Up 2-0 in the series, and they went on a stretch there, 4 or 5 straight rounds. It looked real clean.
No, it did, and yeah, you just love what you're seeing from their game. Sort of, they know what information that they have. They're playing around that info. All right, when we're starting to push up on this side, this part of the map is open. It just feels like they're ready for anything right now.
Yeah, and this isn't the team. I think they've learned. You know, you go back to when they played Vegas during like Qualifier 2, and the only map they lost was the Skyline Search, where they literally threw their lives away, didn't take it seriously. We're like, we don't respect these guys. We're not gonna try. Basically, is what I saw here. Like, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. They were playing for the dub. They were playing to work on S&D strats. Outside of a couple of gunfight blunders, I mean, they were dominant. And I think it'd be very easy to take that same attitude in this matchup. Honestly, LAG versus the old Valkyrie team, like, there's not a whole lot of difference there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little different.
Okay, there are levels to bad, and that might have set the bar of bad, but like LAG's not that much above that bar. Like,
well, I more meant like sort of the effort from Thieves, because like you can still like try things.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
like try. Like, no, they were literally 4-hitting like all 4-hitting underground. No, they were trolling. Yes. Yeah. They were straight up trolling. No, it's the worst thing I've ever watched. But it is 2-0 for Thieves. We thought this would be a fast 3-0. It is looking that way. I'm not really sure what the desk is going to break down. Probably something from that map 1.
I'm going to try and buy us time.
We got a good breakdown from map 2, actually.
Should we jump into it?
Sure.
I'm ready.
Sure.
Oh, we'll do highlights first of map 2. Honestly, I thought Thieves played this excellent. I mean, there were some awesome strats, which we'll jump to in a bit, but I mean, red card's kind of been a bread and butter for them for a majority of the season, right? They have some good pushes, and now they're evolving on it.
Al, I was banking on the Gorillas to get like a free map in the first half from LA Thieves, kind of like they did against the Falcons. Maybe get a little overconfident. Not today.
Listen, I was there with you. I thought it was all after that map number 1. It got really close for a minute. I was like, it was me all along jinxing the LA Gorilla mates. But from the side of LA Thieves, we haven't seen them play red card for a while, and this is why teams don't want to play them on red card. And they've seemingly gotten better at it. There's so many lanes that were just abused throughout the entirety of the search and destroy from the side of LA Thieves, and also just the way that they were able to take over the bomb site over at A so easily and consistently.
Different ways too.
And then also just like pushing it out consistently recently as well. Like, LA Thieves clearly approached this map a very different way from the rest of the league, a reason we haven't seen it. And then that map number 1, I mean, it just seemed like LA Thieves just came out a little slow and then were able to have a strong finish.
It was cool to see Hydra go from missing all of his bullets to turning his aim hack back on, shooting through the wall to kill Johnny, who didn't even see him coming. So after 2, it is all Thieves. But walk me through, why are the Thieves up?
I mean, they clutched up at the end of the hard point. But the search and destroy improvements, we're going to talk a little bit about it here in the clip. Hydra is just free to kind of do whatever he wants, but he has assistance. So we'll talk about like their break off and then how smart of a play this is by Thieves on the offensive round. Like so many different ways to get the bomb down at A. We'll jump to the mini. He has Ghosty right here, who's just helping him gain ground and get information. He's looking over towards glass, and he's going to peek over to see if there's an AR trying to kill Hydra. What happens here is Hydra, he's just going to position himself back here, right? And he's going to be looking, he's going to be watching the flank. He gets a glimpse on Kismet, who's trying to push in and flank his team. But meanwhile, while doing so, Ghosty had already left after Hydra gets that ground, and we're trying to get it down at A. As soon as the vision gets onto Kismet here, and he gets calm, you're going to see Envoy, number 3, is going to turn around and play for that kill on Kismet. Simultaneously, Paco's going to repinch him and find 2 kills. Just creative ways to gain ground and get bombs down. So you see right here, we're just getting information. Ghosty's like, all right, I got you there, Paco. Do your thing. Play for the info. As soon as he sees this, sees Kismet here, gets the info on that flank, I'm gonna let him go. Look at number 3 on the minimap. Envoy turns around for that. He has the info. And despite Ghosty falling in that situation, now you have Hydra who's flanking them. They have no awareness of this at all. They don't know anybody's behind them. Paco finds a big 2. Now we have an advantage. We're gonna be able to find this last guy, close him out for the round. So Thieves just different looks. You don't know what to look for when you're going up against him.
He's so slippery, that Paco.
And you know what's so annoying to get shot in the back like that when you have no comms whatsoever?
Yeah.
You're just like, dude.
That's where I tell my team,
who
I'm like,
messed up? Like, who let this get through?
Like, how am I getting flanked on our side? What is going on? I don't got the answers for you.
I would have lost full.
Hardpoint was pretty close there for a moment. What gave you hope for LAG at the start of that, and when did Thieves take it away from you?
The fundamentals were really strong. The prioritization of the spawns from side of LAG were really good. It's just unfortunate that LA Thieves kicked up gear, and suddenly you have Hydra and Envoy going crazy, and LAG just couldn't keep up with the pace once the momentum turned.
Couldn't break a P2.
Yeah.
Always comes down to it.
2 games down.
Beard is safe.
We could have just 1 game left on a speed run of a Friday. Can LA Thieves close it out? Well, Control Graphic would say yes, Allie.
Yeah, they're discussing Control. They're the best Control team in the game right now. 3-0 so far in this split, 27-6 on the season. Number 1 across almost every category. They dropped 1 to Toronto on a protocol recently, but like that was 1 in a million. They're comfortable on all 3 maps across the board. This is quite literally the worst situation for an enemy team.
This is LAG's best game mode. Control. Nice. If they have a chance, it's right now.
8th in the league.
Thanks, Ant.
Let's do it.
Hey, David, did you get 2 pars yesterday?
I had 2 pars yesterday. Joe had a birdie and a par. We're learning. We're learning. Yo, did you hear Ant when he said Hydra had assistants? I thought he said assistants. Like they were his assistants.
Yeah.
And then I thought that probably was the New York team.
What do you mean? Oh.
Like Hydra had assistants.
Right.
Whereas they're assistants here. Get it?
Sure.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. They must have been tipping him, or I don't know. He was the hard carry of all hard carries. If you look at it this year, bro, like that guy was putting in work with that team.
I know what you're saying.
I just thought. So I didn't know what he meant at first. I wasn't sure he said assistants or assistants. But you get what I'm saying, dude. I'm a wordsmith, right? I know. Ant's just breaking it down, and I'm swatting it away. Map 3, LAG's strongest game mode, as Ant said. This is where they turn the series around. They pull off a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a take because this is probably Thieves' best control map, and they're the #1 control team in the game. They're 9-1 on the year on this.
Yeah, no, I was lying. I think
Ant was too.
Yeah,
it's pretty messed up of him.
Yeah, that's okay. We did all have a fun golfing yesterday, though. You, me, Ant, old Ben J. It's a good time.
Great time.
Ben J almost killed a duck though, or a goose, I guess.
Yeah.
No, Ali, seriously, he almost killed a goose. It was
they were
insane.
just right in front of him.
They were right in front of him.
What are you supposed to do?
Oh, it was inches away from me at Goose's life. Ben J doesn't respect Goose at all. Gooses. Geese. Map 3. Thieves looking to close it out with a swift day. 9-1. As you said, we're looking to push
You already have them spawn trapped.
to double digits, and yeah, that's a quick spawn trap job.
They're looking to get out of it though. Fellow looters, both ARs, both find kills. Next up, though, is going to be Envoy and Ghosty. So you deal with 2, then you got the next 2 to deal with. They're able to do so. So I mean, 40 seconds off the clock. Got to start working the objective.
Yes, you do. Got to start working it. And where's the working it going to come from, Joe?
Over towards A.
All right. Heading out towards A will be Fellow. He's looking for kills top middle as well. He's able to find 1, 2 down, and now a chance to potentially get some objective work done. But behind all those kills, they've yet to really get a body onto the objective.
Yeah,
now,
that's a problem. They've just been slaying. Looking for like the last player. So now you don't have the player pushed up A. Should be free reign of nades. Able to get 1 tick in, but Johnny's locked it down top middle.
Yeah, you're kind of hoping by the time like Fellow gets to the position he is, you got a body on the point. And it wasn't that far after, but you know what I mean. Hopefully a little bit sooner. But now you've got an interior setup, and you're starting to take advantage. Second tick done. Extension is coming. Comms seemingly on point. Oh, that would have been nasty from Lunars, by the way. Just one in the window, quick little snap and pre-fire to pick up a second one, but
as even nastier on a Hydra. I mean, he just flies on through. Chiz, though, does get the final kill. A is done. So nice little rebound there.
Yeah, nice little rebound after you were getting kind of slammed in spawn early on, or potentially going to. And Scrap is, oh my God. Well, Lunars gets 2, thankfully, so it's not as bad as it could have been, but that was about to be 4 dead, and back to the building blocks here in round 1. Is Scrap gunned you, stabbed you.
Yeah, I mean, he literally just clotheslined him.
Yep, sure did, Joe. Nobody likes being clotheslined.
No, it doesn't sound fun.
Doesn't at all.
Especially with a knife.
Clothesline with a knife, yeah. That sounds horrible, Joe. It's like you're, never mind. Anywhere I'm gonna go with that, it's just gonna be stupid.
I think everybody got it.
Yeah. Fight towards top mid goes the way of Thieves, so regain control of the map. 40 seconds to go, but no lives remaining, or no respawns remaining for LAG, just their current lives.
Yeah, I think the problem is like every time you retain map control, yes, you got done with that 8 point, but it just feels like Thieves just, someone found a multi-kill and then you were right back to square one.
Last player up is Kiz. Kiz 1v8. He's dead. All right, so take the first defense. Nothing too surprising there for Thieves to get it done. This is probably the round that decides how this map is going to go. If LAG are able to take the defense, maybe things get a little interesting. Maybe they can battle back and forth. I don't know. Maybe it comes down to ticks or something for round 5. If they just get punched in the face on this offense, we're probably done. Dude, I'm sore from golfing, Joe. Everywhere. I need help.
You're an old man.
Oh, sore. Just using muscles I didn't know I had. Dude, what are these guys clowning about? They're always laughing about something. Maybe they're laughing about their Major 2 finish.
That's crazy.
That's not bad.
We're still a top 4.
Is that good enough for this team, Joe? All right. Nice little spree there from LAG. See if they can take advantage of kind of the early spawn control that Thieves weren't really able to do. But it's 5 straight. 4 Gorillas. Still keeping the pressure here. Wrapping around the backside is going to be Lunars. Or sorry, it's going to be Fellow actually wraps around the back, so he's still alive and well. But you've already got 6 life advantage. This has been brilliant out of LAG so far defensively, but we're still early in it. Fellow's going to be dealt with. He tries to wrap back, maybe to deal with people towards A, and finds a bad timing.
This is going to be the question now. Like, once you start to forward, if you are LA Thieves,
nice.
How does LAG get out of this?
Yeah.
Or can they? Or is the objective just going to get done that quick? This is kind of your setup that you want, but Envoy's going to get found out by Kismet. Kismet having a good game. Solid one right now. Maybe you can contest this for a bit. It's all down to Josie's going to have the help, though, of Envoy.
And Envoy's going to fly at it. He's going to lose the fight, but alleviates pressure from Ghosty for now. His trophy is probably doing the most work and keeping him up. Lunars hitting him down. Ghosty needs help. Hydra's trying to. Envoy's going big this time. Couldn't win the gunfight first Fellow last time around. This time, Envoy takes out everybody. He kills all 3 players around Ghosty. Brilliant job by Ghosty playing his life, feeding comms to his teammates, and the help comes in. Now, it's still going to be a difficult round to win. You're down 3 lives. Make it 4, still a lot to do, but you've got a chance behind the Ghosty play and the teamwork.
Yeah, it's just really, it's just great job by Dan to just play his life. I mean, so we talk about in control, can you buy an opportunity? And this time, It's Envoy's turn over towards the B zone. He's able to find a double now. All focus over to him because they dealt with the players. So LG coming off a spawn, and they have to retake this. They want a chance in this map.
Here goes the first retake chance. Envoy gets plucked right away. Ghosty gets one, but has to back up. Not a lot of help there close. They're still fighting for top mid control, and Scrap loses the fight. Once again, Ghosty playing his life so well, though. Just extend a presence out towards these objectives. Just been a thorn in their side for the past minute and a half.
He's not giving them an easy gunfight at all.
And he should be coming. The Kismet got through. I think he's getting hunted by Hydra. Hydra lost him.
They're all looking for him.
Yeah. Now it's Kiz's turn to be elusive. Still 40 seconds to go. Kiz is going to walk away with the kill. Despite getting spotted early on in his route, he manages to get away, get through, and continue the strong map you talked about. 18-11. All right, 5 versus 6 now. Tick advantage does go to Thieves because you got that one. No respawns remaining. They just got to deal with Kiz, and they shot be able to deal with Kiz.
I feel like they've seen him multiple times, known his location, but it doesn't matter. Great shots on the Hydra. Up the zip, but still possible. 2 versus 3. It's really, what's the call? Looks like they're going to try to hunt down Ghosty here. One player's already through. That's going to be Johnny. Scrap gets another pick, though. You just have to get together if you're LAG, and you just haven't.
Scrap's like, give me four gunfights. Cool. That sounds like a blast. Ghosty finds the time to get info on one. You're pausing the clock at 6.2. Both going to get on it. Just force them to make a play now. It's progressing so much quicker. Second tick now going to be done. Nice nade combination there. Scrap, give me all 4. 2 versus 4, and Scrap's getting all the kills.
And Ghosty messed up. Yes, it was a good nade, but the nade combination was his. So that's why he blows up. His nade sticks to the top of the ladder.
I didn't even realize.
So yeah, the nade helps out LAG.
I thought it was a stun and a nade from LAG.
No, there was a nade, but yeah, and there was a second one from himself.
I thought that was going to be over, but nope. Nope. Scraps managed to line them up and gets the kills.
In a 1 versus 4.
That was a good
2
play
versus 4. Like Scrap, if you're gonna get like a bunch of
good play on Scraps.
Like, yeah,
I mean, you just didn't. Yeah, that's just.
Dude, Ali's over here videotaping me, dude. What's she doing? Is it because I'm moving and dancing?
She's getting ready for the post game.
Oh, dude, I better get paid out for your Instagram earnings. One more round now for Thieves to shut it down. They can do it on defense. Johnny though pops a triple, getting out towards the objective. Johnny trying to finesse this, some of what we saw Ghosty kind of do in the last round. Just stay up on this point. Eventually drops, and what, you get 1 tick done, but it's a journey to take this. Down 2-0 in the series, down 2-0 on the map.
Yeah, you fella pushed up again, right? We saw him on the first attack round in this position. A lot more impactful, though. He's able to find 3, quickly trade it out, but he's allows his team to get to this point.
Second tick down done. Progress. Slowly moving. Nice shots.
Before dead, though.
Brilliant shots by Kiz, but yeah, everybody's dead, so it's not really going to matter. And now with the 4 dead, you said because now you're in a little Thieves sandwich. You got Scrap from one side, Hydra from the other. Hopefully you're hungry because they're hitting it.
They were hungry.
They were hungry. They're very hungry. They dealt with it brilliantly, actually.
They actually did.
Double, triple cheeseburger in front of them.
Even
they wolfed it down.
1, there was a couple of times where it looked like they were in big trouble.
Neither team's really been able to pin the other end. We talk about the kind of defense holding the offense.
There's another opportunity. It's another 4 dead. Here we go. We're going to do it again.
All right, let's go one more time. Are they still hungry? Because I don't know how big their appetite is, Joe. They might be full off of that first meal. I think they have full bellies, Joe.
Yeah, I think they're full.
Yeah.
Or are they? Kids is still eating.
Yeah.
He's going to get the 8-point done. So, yeah. One man's just like, I'll just run up.
Yeah.
Win a couple of gunfights. The problem is now they have 9 lives.
Yep. 13v9.
Ooh,
nice win there by Lunars. Good movement.
Yeah, the ARs, that's been the key to them getting out of those traps, has been sort of Lunars and Fellow at times, just winning some big ones. But this entire time, Chase has just been playing his own game.
8 versus 8 now. Hold up.
Playing his own game. And now there's going to be multiple players on the B point, I thought, but Envoy somehow able to catch Johnny before he gets there.
And that's big because it slows down this progress.
It's
Envoy
3.
was a playmaker in the opening round. playmaker on their offense. When he was covering Ghosty, I mean, he was everything in that transition. Now doing it on the defense yet again. Envoy has been huge for them.
They're gonna be a Twitch stream later, or you haven't decided yet?
Well,
I have a collab. I have a collab within about a couple hours, so I might play a teeny bit of COD. I'm not sure yet.
Well,
Ooh, 2v1.
We have a 1 versus 2.
Would this be a little 1 versus 4? We saw Scrap make the play in the last round. Can Lunars do it here? Time trick.
Envoy knows. Yeah, I crawled out.
Well, Envoy is hunting. Hydra is hunting, and Hydra, the hunter, closes it out. 3-0 on the map, 3-0 on the series. If you had dinner plans, you had a date tonight, we respected your time. You can get out and enjoy it.
Well,
maybe
really
the sun's still shining out there.
It wasn't really, I still respect the time. It was Ultra. They played today, first match. It wasn't a 3-hour series, so.
That's true. That's true. That helps, Jeff. It does help.
On Thieves.
And then we got a couple of 3-0s off of that. Listen, not a ton to add to this one. We thought this would be a 3-0. This is about as lopsided as it comes. Thieves, despite Hydra's early eons, able to dominate it. Yeah, I mean, pretty competitive map 1. What, like 250, 190, somewhere in there?
And when you're like a team who you keep adding pieces to the roster, like what's probably the one game mode this deep into the title where you're going to compete? It's probably hard. Because everyone's kind of on this same page. You know how to play.
Yeah.
It's tough to be at the same level as Thieves, but yeah, they're able to compete. But where's the biggest gap going to be? It's in 2, 3, 5. And that's where Thieves just looked down.
And that should have been like a 6-1 and then a 3-0. Yeah. Thieves continue to look so strong. We'll see how they can close out this particular qualifier stretch, but there's a final little look at how that one broke down. We'll not see the rewind map 5. I still want to cast some because I feel like you and I haven't had the chance.
We haven't had it yet.
There's been a
lot of
I think like 4 or 5 so far over the course of the matches, but yeah, we haven't cast one yet, which I kind of want to. Get me back to old school Blockbuster, dude.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe, Joe. Maybe. Hi, Desk. You can now talk.
Yeah.
I guess.
Good job, guys.
There's a 3-way tie for last place in my mind right now, and they include Skies, Kismet, and Priesta.
That's really upsetting. And all of them have a ring.
Yikes.
Hydra, the GOAT. Clint's onto something. Something about this French kid being good. So is Scrap, the New Jersey boy.
Yeah, getting it done. I mean, this is obviously an extremely tough matchup.
Yes.
Right? They've had some good maps here and there throughout this split. Early on, lets them get away from them. I mean, in this series, like, you had to win that map 1. You legitimately had to win that Skyline. You let it get away from you, then you got a red card where LG's have been lights out, and then Control where they're the best control team in the game. So LG fighting an uphill battle. Johnny didn't have a great map, and, you know, they get smoked in this game 3.
Back-to-back bad maps for Johnny. He got shut down in the series.
Yeah, it's not great, and it's especially not great when you let a Scrap essentially 1v4 in a round 2 of Control. It's just, it's not great across the board. I will say from the side of LATs, I think that S&D, again, I don't know if we'll ever see them play red card again, because that's how good it was. I look on the side of LAG and like where they were kind of contending. I mean, you're talking about around 11 versus Boston, you're talking about around 8 versus Vancouver Surge. Like, they go kind of the distance in some of these search and destroys versus some better teams, but versus LADs, I mean, just picked apart. It's absolutely
they've built themselves quite the search map pool now. Like, the dealership looks good. Rewind was excellent from the 1 rep that we've seen, and then Aussie and red card. It's just protocol now. If they can get that down, it's going to be tough to
Do they even have to? I mean, I guess that would put them with a lot of control over the veto process.
Yeah,
like, they don't even have to.
Not with plays like this. It's your Scout play of the game. Let's take a look at the 2v4. Allie, you mentioned it. It was round 2. It was magical.
Is
Can
it
you walk me
really
through
even
it?
a 2v4 at this point? I mean, Hydra was playing 5th man with the nade, so I don't even know. Just an absolute masterclass from the side, I guess, technically of both Scrap and Hydra, but mainly of Scrap, dude. Like, they just do this over and over again. I mean, out talented, you allow him the free kill on the Kismet. Like, why isn't LAG for one playing together? Like, nobody has each other's trade right now. It's a really awkward situation, and you get put in this 2v2 box, and you're just solo challing. Like, it's weird.
They're just stuck down low grass, right? So it's like they make a play a little bit earlier, but yeah, it gets very, very unfortunate timing there. Nobody's watching the steps, and Scrap wins some big 1vs, man. You give him a 1v1, he's going to win.
Envoy's starting to grow out his playoff beard. I'm liking what I'm seeing from LA. A very quick day if you're a Thieves fan, and if you're a Gentle Mates fan, well, maybe you'll stay up late crying about this loss. What is going on, Al? Would Omit Brooklyn beat this LAG team right now?
Probably. They just have no team chem right now. They don't seem like they're on the same page, and it's hard because it doesn't look like Fellows playing peak right now. Lunars has been pretty average across the board. Like, nobody's having takeover maps or takeover moments.
I'm going to go with yeah.
No team chem anyway.
And true or false?
I mean, they've made a ton of changes.
Vegas Falcons are above Optic, who is above LAG in your power rankings.
Ooh, I mean, that's a very tough one. I mean, I already said I think LAG is the worst team in the league.
Right.
So that I'll confirm that.
Yep.
I think Vegas and Optic are in a similar spot, to be honest.
So you're going to sit on that fence?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean,
all right, Hydra, that's all the time I can buy you with hypothetical scenarios. We're going to have Hydra joining us here shortly in the winner's circle. And what a day it was for the LA Thieves, taking care of business against Kismet, Hydra's old teammate. Allie, what was the best part of this Thieves performance for you?
I really liked how fast that control was. I was so confident in it that I didn't even leave this room. Like, usually we'll unplug, go to the green room, watch the match. I sat right here fully plugged. I was like, this is not going to take very long.
Was it protocol or was it a vibe check?
It was a vibe check for sure. I just feel like once you get beat like that in Search and Destroy, you're down to 2 in the series, and it's LA Thieves of all teams.
I think if you're LAG, you keep making roster moves. I think you go down to challengers, you try to grab some of these players. I mean,
Craze well, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, Craze is probably going to get snagged by one of these other teams. If I'm C9, I'd entertain that.
It's going to be a race.
If you can go in and grab them before they do, I think it's a good decision.
Hydra joins us live. The richest Frenchman to ever grace Call of Duty outside of Kataga, Broken.
I don't think he's the richest, but sure.
Hi guys, how you guys doing?
Very good. You were quite fun to watch. Can you walk me through the red card play, though? You were giggling to yourself. What happened?
I saw a dead body on my left. I thought I had the free kill, so I just freak out and didn't finish the kill.
Just freak out. I'm gonna.
Oh no! Production's on top of it. Dead
we
body.
don't have to watch you back. We really didn't have to do this.
Oh, the giggle's worth it, though. You look so wonderful at the top right there.
It's not often we get to poke a little fun at you because you guys are so good at the game. And I want to ask you about that. It's kind of like we got to talk to Scrap, and he said that, like, at the past major, because you guys were put in uncomfortable situations for one of the only times that it's really happened is why you got caught off guard. How have you guys been trying to counter that heading into Major 3? Because you've still been basically dominating teams.
I mean, we've been working on our comms when we are in bad position in game. You know, we're getting spawn travel protocol or whatever, making sure we have a game plan, working on the bad situation instead of just working on all the good situation that we are on every day.
Yeah, Hydra, you guys were insane in that series, and you know, it was so fast. I don't even want to ask you about it. I want to ask you about the matchup versus Toronto. I mean, on LAN, online, it doesn't matter. It's a tough one for you guys, and you likely will have to play them again if you make a run in a tournament. What about them gives you so many problems?
I think it's just their play style. They play really different than any other team. So we just have to make sure we just go in and just play our own game, our pace, and making sure we don't change our pace because they play a little bit slower than other teams.
I'm excited for that matchup.
Slower, that's
We will see you down in Florida. Congrats.
Well, now they're probably gonna.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
That is Hydra, one of the top paid players in the game, and for good reason. The man drops the numbers.
They're probably gonna change it up,
probably
play a little fast.
Happened here on our third to last day of the Major 3 qualifiers. Ow, there's just 2 days left.
That's insane. I can't believe we're already about to head into Major number 3. And Miami Heretics, it's their home major. They're still looking strong, but they finally got stopped in their tracks versus Toronto Ultra. Now, this was a banger of the series. I advise you to go watch that map 1 back. I think it was a really good hard point. Both these teams playing peak right now. Toronto Ultra, though, looking to squeeze themselves up top. I'm really excited to see them play on LAN once again, especially against some of these top teams, because they've got some really solid W's during this split.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about just this split, Toronto has been the best team this split. in my opinion, right? So they've taken down some really good teams, and you know they're championship ready. Control's improving. You heard Kleenex talking about it. Like Jamie's starting to feel super comfortable with the sub in some of these situations, switching things up, and you know Joe Steves and Beans picked up right where they left off. Toronto looking good and gonna be one of your favorites coming into Major 3.
Toronto Ultra, can they hold a trophy in 2025? They've been knocking on the door the last two majors. Let's take a look, though, at the guy who could lead them. Kleenex today against Miami, 101. He drops a 116 in the lobby, leading in search, and also over 100 in Slayer rating.
Listen, when Toby's playing like this, Toronto is a top team. Not even top team, they could be a top #1 team because the Kleenex always is playing strong, but when he's putting up numbers like that, it is so difficult to match.
When I first saw this team at EWC, I was shocked to see them finish in the top 6 there. Now Boston Breach performing at this level to be in a top 3, if not top spot on our leaderboard.
Yeah,
Boston Breach has been impressive.
They've been great. I mean, they've been one of the.
Well, I mean, I would say Boston has been really like they've been working their ass off, and it just shows in the matches. They're kicking ass. They are just absolutely slaying everyone.
For Boston Breach, they're in a very good spot, and I think at the last line, even they proved to us they can beat top teams with that win over LA.
It's kind of scary.
I mean, you just gotta go to the lane and perform.
And on the flip side, the downfall of Cloud9 needs to be studied. I don't know if that's technically our job, but like they went from the conversation of being a top 4 team to they've now fallen down to not even in the top 6 conversation. I'm hoping to see more from them when we come land time, but Purge, I mean, it's unreal.
It's your Puckets Powerhouse Player of the Day, Papa Purge. He only flies first class on Delta. I always ask for seat 1C or 1D. I couldn't get it to champs last year. Why? Because this Challengers player was sitting in it. Purge, shout out to my guy. You deserve first class for performance like this. First in the lobby across 4 different categories. Where Breach
there's a lot of people who are 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
They're ahead of
Holy.
Vancouver Surge and Toronto.
And then you got LG, where it's like
5-team tie at 3-1. It's gonna get weird in these final 2 days.
It is really weird because I feel like in the past qualifiers, like we had a bigger bubble, right, of like teams in the middle of the pack. Anybody could take on anybody. It was like LEDs, Atlanta FaZe, and everybody else. And now we're starting to see some serious disparity between the bottom 8 teams, the bottom 6 teams, and the top 6 teams.
Top 8, that is the magic number here in this CDL. Top 8 gets into champs, and top 8 at the end of Major 3 qualifier gets into our winners bracket, where you have 2 lives in the event. Which of these games goes to a game 5, nameless?
Vegas and Atlanta FaZe.
All right.
Are you serious right now?
AG takeover.
AG takeover?
Maybe, actually.
Are you calling it now?
Yeah, they'll lose the game 5.
Vegas Falcons, if you overnight a jersey, Ant will wear it on air. That's going to do it for us today.
Chat.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Ant saves his beard for one more match. We'll catch you for Saturday.
I needed it, even though it is great.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him without his beard. It's a nice montage song.
Got to keep running. When I ride,
Nice. Easy outside the map. Why are you going outside of the map?
One's got front door, you guys.
Front door.
Hold front, they're going to go front.
Back door. One shot. Back right. Back. She's running back.
An inside calls game. Come on, baby!
An inside calls game.
El primer P4, tío.
30 seconds. You see him? Got it, one bullet. Got both of them. God, he did one bullet. I just shot the ball. Good try, good try, good try. I didn't know it looked like that, bro. Bro, I saw the guy on the left and I just tweaked.
You tweaked. You tweaked. Wow, that's interesting. Well, chat. Yep, I won't be here for tomorrow since I'm gonna be pretty busy. Actually, I'll be out for pretty much the rest of the day, and I will be I won't be able to participate. I won't be able to host tomorrow's watch party. Sunday, I'm gonna have to figure it out because we usually do stuff on special. Me and my family usually do stuff on special days like Easter and such. So we're gonna probably be. So I'm not sure what's gonna really happen. If there's gonna be a watch party, or if I have enough time to do a watch party on Sunday, but we'll see. But yeah, that'll be it for the watch party. Thank y'all so much for watching. For those new on YouTube, if you like the stream, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, where I mainly do not only watch parties, but I also multi-stream from here on Twitch and Twitch. I mainly play a variety. I mainly play Call of Duty or other FPSs, and I usually play a variety of. And I'm also playing a variety of other games as well. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and this will be and so far the collabs I've been getting into have been recently fun. I will be having a collab though within a couple hours. Actually, I'll be playing Raft with one of my friends, Omega. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and this will be I've seen how Raft plays. It's gonna be my first time playing Raft. It's like kind of like Minecraft, but you're in the ocean, so that's gonna be interesting, and hopefully it's gonna be really fun. I do hope that you all check it out today. I actually need to get that ready. Actually, I need to get that ready. Actually. Alright, chat. But yeah, that's gonna be. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. But yeah, I'm gonna be. But yeah, like I said, couple hours. I'll be having a collab within a couple hours. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing something. I did say I was gonna play some Call of Duty later on for a little bit, and then I'm probably gonna be playing, and then I'm also gonna be collabing with my friend Omega on Raft, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, thank you all so much for watching. Do be sure you check out my social. I know I usually do it when I'm fully in. But do be sure to check out my socials right here, and also check out the sponsors that my esports org that I'm a part of, is sponsored by, and check out their merch line as well. It's gonna be but yeah, for now, chat, for now, chat, I will see you all within a couple hours, maybe a couple hours, maybe in an hour or so. I just want to kind of rest up for a little bit and, you know, just kind of chill and such. But yeah, for now, thank y'all so much for watching. See y'all in a couple hours and for the collab, and without further ado, y'all stay safe, stay frosty. See y'all at 5:30.